Vampire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Valley by Night, River City, our Vampire 5th edition actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Duba playing Walter, Eric playing Kyle, Sarah playing Emma, and Jeremy playing Egidio. Alright, last session, you were all sort of just hanging around the mall or Kyle's bar. There's a little altercation with some inebriated kindred. But y'all kept a lid on it. There was no real fight. Only one guy got hit by a car and he walked it off. It's fine.
As one does.
If you're a vampire, yeah, kind of. But we wrapped up with y'all waking up the next evening, and Kyle had several messages, both from the local police and from some of his employees, saying the police had received an anonymous tip and had found a body inside his bar, and they were wanting to speak with him.
I believe you said it was outside the bar last week.
You said it was outside in the back.
Yeah.
I thought I said it was in the back of the bar.
You might have said the back of the bar, which is a different meaning than what I interpreted.
I'm pretty sure I said the back of the bar. I could be wrong. I could have misspoken last week. I don't know for sure.
Perhaps.
All right, Kyle, you're standing in your apartment.
He just leaves and goes to the bar.
The bar is well, there's some police tape at the back.
Mm-hmm.
There are still some police there, still poking around. Some of your employees are kind of gathered outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's February, but it's a fairly mild night, so it's not too bad cold.
I'll say as he spots this, just reflexively, he's activating Eyes of the Beast.
All right, remind me what that does. Is that the See in the Dark one?
Yeah. Also gives him a bonus to intimidation against mortals.
Do his eyes actually look weird in some way, or is it just an intimidation?
His eyes are kind of you know how in some light, like a very, very like light blue eyes kind of glow in certain lights?
Mm-hmm.
Same deal.
Okay. Hang on a second. Eyes of the Beast. The vampire can will a supernatural red gleam into their eye, giving them sight.
Red gleam.
In total absence of light. But yeah, you do get the 2 bonuses of intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to go up and talk to the police with a red gleam in your eye?
Bold of you to assume he's going to go talk to the police.
Back to there.
Well, they're still around, and they see you. Are you driving or walking?
He's walking.
Okay.
He only really drives when he has to go somewhere that is not his bar.
Okay. So you're coming across the mall parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
As you're getting closer, one of your employees spots you.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle! She kind of runs out to meet you.
Yes.
The police won't let us in. They're still going over the bar. They won't tell us anything. Did you get my message?
Yeah, I did.
Well, they really want to talk to you.
Bully for them.
And you see one of the not an officer in plain clothes. This is clearly a detective. He steps out. He says something to the other couple of employees sitting out there. And then he starts walking over to where you and the waitress. Give me a name for your waitress, for one of your waitresses. Or did you have some of your employees already named? Let's see here.
No, they're not already named. We just are kind of going the employees. Kaylee.
All right. So yeah, detective's walking over to you and Kaylee. Mr. Adams?
Walk and talk. And he's just still walking.
He falls in next to you.
What
we
do
got
you want?
We got a tip about a body in your bar.
Lovely for you. Where is it?
It was in the back little storage area, just inside the back door. We've discovered signs of the back door being tampered with.
I'm not surprised.
Now, we know there was some sort of altercation last night.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea who those men were?
Well, if the yelling was any indication, one of them is related to someone in your department.
Come again?
Me, the player sitting there going, what was that guy's name again? George, I think?
There was somebody named George. And I think he had basically... What was it? Do you know who my sire is or something like that?
No, it was either Rachel or Dave that said what his last name was.
Oh.
Because they had discussed it and they mentioned that, yeah, he had like ends with the police department or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Or his sire ran the police department or something like that, yeah. Well, the detective doesn't recognize that name off the top of his head. But he writes it down. It's something to look into.
Wonderful.
Other than whoever those guys were last night, do you have anybody else? Any enemies?
I try not to make any enemies because that makes business very poor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's walking to where did the body get moved or is it still there?
The body has been moved.
Okay.
It was like late afternoon when they came in here, but they're still just kind of going over the place.
Yeah, and he's going to look at the door to see where it might have been tampered with and see what might need replaced.
And you find marks where it's been pried on, and tools were used to open it. Clearly, there was an attempt, not to be too obvious about it. They didn't just kick the door in or anything.
Yeah.
But it's amateurish.
Right.
If they slipped in and taken a few things and slipped back out, might be that nobody would ever have noticed. But with it being, a homicide, the police were going over it with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where is the body?
You're at your haunted house. What do you...
Kyle's he's just marching over to his office.
The detective follows in. And they seem to be wrapping up in here. He also introduces himself as Detective Allen. Alan's like, there's no sign of any struggle or anything here. It's painfully obvious that this was that the body was dumped here.
Yeah, that's plain to see.
He pulls out his his phone. He pulls up a picture. Do you recognize this woman? And he just holds up a picture, and it's clearly a shot of the body laying there.
Do you happen to have her face?
Yeah. He's got the body, and he zips over to a close up of the face.
Is it the woman that left with the Brujah patron?
No, this is not somebody you recognize.
Okay. I don't recognize that face, no. At the very least, not one of my regulars.
Mm-hmm. Her name was Catherine Page. She was interning over at the hospital. He gestures to the hospital as like spitting distance on the other side of the belt line.
I see.
She was the last anybody saw her was she was working the night shift, and sometime early in the morning, maybe an hour or so before she was supposed to get off, nobody could find her.
Kyle pulls out his phone and shoots a text to that number he got from Dave. Says, quick text of issue involving hospital. And then just does that offhand and puts it back in his pocket.
Detective Allen has been watching this with extreme interest.
Well,
he
pulls out the phone and gets started. He looks up and is like, "Do you mind?"
Really? A body has been dropped off in your bar. You've got some important business, personal business you need to take care of.
Yes, it's called getting to the cameras. And then he'll just text it, come by when you can, and puts that in his pocket.
Okay.
Then he gets on his computer, cracks his knuckles, and enters a 72-digit hexadecimal password.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Detective Allen,
Vampires.
you take security serious.
Yes, I do, which is why this pisses me off very, very much.
72 numbers up high.
Level up, Larson. Got it.
And then he'll start scrolling through the camera system.
How thoroughly is this place covered with cameras?
All exits, the bar to where you can see like the back of the bar where the register is, and one sort of in that back hallway where the other rooms are, and then one that sort of covers the main sort of floor.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bar, and you know what he used to do for a living, so it's fairly thorough.
So you're tapping away on that. Detective Allen is looking up, watching over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Tells you if we find anything, of course the police would like a copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, you see some guys roll up. Nondescript car, like a Ford Fusion or
by
something.
Irene.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them come over. They work at the door. It takes them a little bit to get in.
Mm-hmm.
While the guy that had been driving the car kind of just gets out. He's like, watching the belt line and just kind of,
Mm-hmm.
the way they're parked. It's doubtful anybody driving by would have seen the guys at the door.
Right.
They're kind of using the car for cover. Once they get the door open, they pop the trunk, pull out the young woman's body, carry it inside.
Mm-hmm.
They position the body where it was found. All of them have got hoodies pulled up over their heads, so you're not getting good shots of anybody's face. One of them kind of pokes around a few places in the bar, but doesn't seem to do anything. You do see one of them go into your office. So maybe they were aware there were computer or cameras.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly he didn't turn them off or erase them, so
Yeah.
maybe they just weren't professional enough to get past your, 70 decimals of pi password.
He takes that shit seriously.
The secret is, it's 72 digits of pi, but then you swap the second digit and the 70th digit.
It might kill somebody.
Well, you say that, but he does what I do IRL, and that stuff rotates.
But the detective does have you roll back slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one particular moment, they toss the body down, and to straighten it up, one of them reaches out and like grabs the one of the shelves, kind of leverages himself back up, and the camera gets a pretty good shot of his hand, and it's like he's got eczema real bad or something. There's something wrong with the hand.
Me as a kindred, is this something that might be vampiric related, like potentially a nos?
You have seen nos with bad skin conditions before. And this guy is kind of tall and lanky. But everybody seems to be pretty good about keeping their heads down, like I said.
Okay.
It's like they're aware there might be cameras, so they're just kind of...
Yeah. I mean, and some of those cameras are pretty obvious.
It's got the little placard that says, "Smile, you're on camera," with a smiley face.
Yeah, on a few.
But Detective Allen's like, if we can find that guy, that's at least a distinctive feature.
Taps away. Opens a drawer it's got like a row of flash drives. Pulls out one, closes it, plugs it in.
He's giving you a look like most bartenders or bar owners don't. Your office is unusually well equipped.
I like to keep things organized. I prefer working at night because I can get things done a lot easier, so the more organized it is, the better.
Well,
makes my employees' lives a lot easier during the day.
Well, over the next couple of days, you might want to be sure to keep your cell phone on in case we need to reach you again.
You'll do better at night because I'm sleeping during the day.
Sir, this is rather important.
I sleep like the dead.
Dangerously close to masquerade breach.
Okay.
But not one, because it's a very common turn of phrase.
But he thanks you for the flash drive. Puts it in his pocket. We've done a little research on you, of course, and you've kept your nose clean for quite a while now. But in your younger days, I believe you ran with one of the local gangs.
It's not exactly a secret. Been in your all's system a few times.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any enemies or old rivals from those days that might be trying to get back at you?
None that I could think of. When I left, I made it pretty damn clear that I was leaving the life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been rumor that most that all three of the gangs here in town had pretty well said no, pretty well called your place neutral ground.
Keeps the peace.
Well, if you think of anything else, and he hands you his card. You can reach me directly with this, or you can call the station and leave whatever message you need to.
Understood.
With that, he excuses himself, steps back out.
Are there any more officers in that room with him?
Well, I was gonna say even or odd, but vampire dice don't have numbers on them. Here's one.
No, they
I've
don't.
got a 10 sider. All right, even or odd. It's an 8, so an odd. I mean, even.
Hold on a second.
So no, there are no more.
No.
Okay. At that point, he'll pull out the phone and check to see if there was a response.
Let's see. And you were contacting the denumerator.
The denumerator, Dave, yes, because he told him to contact him in case there was any cam activity. So,
Yes.
and considering someone took someone who, might be important, if not a touchstone, at least part of the herd of someone from a very heavily fortified cam building and dumped it in Anarch territory dead very publicly, that could be a problem.
You get a message back. Got a report there was some activity around your place this afternoon. Let me know when it's clear and I'll swing by.
Will do.
And yeah, the police have finished packing up. And you can see signs where they've been, taking prints and stuff. You see one guy packing up the black light.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been there since this afternoon. So he thanks you for your cooperation. Suggests one more time that you be sure to leave your, cell phone on. Maybe cranked up to max volume.
We'll see, but I can't promise anything.
You have a good evening.
You too.
And he steps out, and you see him hand his cards out to some of the employees. By 30 minutes or so after you've gotten there, the police have cleared out.
Mm-hmm.
By that point, you've had a few customers pull up. Some of them pulled up, saw something was going on the left, and then some of them pulled up. Some of the regulars pulled up, got out, and were talking to the employees.
Mm-hmm.
Once they finally start coming in, you have one of the regulars ask you, "Is this about the hoo-ha last night?"
Potentially.
So they found some lady dead in the back. Ugh. That's
Yeah,
terrible.
someone decided breaking into the back door would be fun.
Well, at least they know it wasn't you if somebody had to break in.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
And then business starts to pick up like usual.
Mm-hmm.
So while this has been going on, let's jump over to the GDO. Yeah, GDO.
Hello. I think he wakes up and is unaware that anything happened in the afternoon. So he wakes up, uh, goes about his business for the day. Probably chews the fat a little bit with Manu, his neighbor. Just this or that. Touchstones are important. So so he'll chew the fat a little bit. Nothing real like, oh hey, how's your day been? How is life in this area, this part of town? Weird questions that a foreigner might ask to somebody who is a local.
Okay. And it's the neighborhood you're in. It's a pretty quiet place. Low crime rate. Well patrolled, mostly.
A vase gets thrown at Egidio as he's leaving his room. It comes from nowhere, and he just no.
Going through the living room, some of your knickknacks have been rearranged.
One day, Mildred, and then he leaves. That's when he goes to chew the fat, and then if no one asks him to do anything, he will just kind of. I think what he does is he'll start walking towards the bar, see a bunch of police cars like leave from that general direction, be like, again, and then start headed that way.
Okay. Emma, how are you beginning your night?
She wakes up hungry, so.
Oh, is she hunting first thing?
Well, she's at 3 dots, so. Probably a good idea.
She's fine.
Yeah, if she hits 4, she just starts bleeding. It's fine.
So she bleeds if she uses her powers. And she also bleeds.
Stigmata flaw.
Oh.
She's a sieve of just blood.
You want her to be eaten by the end of this, I see.
I am making this difficult on myself. So 1 second. Is the map? Yeah, the map is up, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all should be sitting on it, have access to it.
I was trying to get the one closer because wasn't there a senior apartment near the bar?
It's just off the map, that kind of back.
Is it in which side of the territory is it on?
It's in the
neutral
free hunting ground area.
Fantastic. Old people fall asleep early. She's gonna go try to get a bite.
Okay.
While you are feeding, I will be right back.
Alright, where was the hunting?
She is Sandman, so.
Alright, I believe the difficulty is 4. So what is your strategy here? You just walking into the place like you belong there? Or?
Oh, she keeps a couple of spare extra bags for when she's delivering food, so she'll have one of those on her.
Okay.
Like an insulated bag. Maybe she'll have her jacket on and be looking at her phone like she's trying to match up an address or something.
Okay.
And she'll
You walk in. There's a person at the front desk of this place.
Okay.
He looks up. Yeah, he just kind of looks up.
Holds up the food.
You've probably made actual deliveries here at some point, so.
Yeah. And goes up a couple floors, turns on heightened senses, kind of just slow rolls by some of the doors, listening for silence in different apartments.
Okay.
I'm just imagining images like tactical rolling by doors.
Tactical jelly roll.
Most of the doors you're still hearing some noise in. Because old people do go to bed earlier, but it is awfully early.
Yeah.
There is one door where you hear the television, but you also hear some snoring.
Yeah. She will try that door. She'll first just see if it's unlocked.
It's not. It is not unlocked.
It's worth a shot.
Oh, yeah.
She does have specialty in break-in. So
A lot of hairpin.
we'll just roll. What do you want me to roll for breaking in?
Oh, let me look at the sheet right quick. I haven't gotten reused to this set of skills yet.
Mood.
Charity and larceny?
I
Beg
think
pardon?
maybe stealth
Dex and
larceny.
larceny?
Because they say put it in stealth for break-in. I don't know why.
Oh, wow. There you go. Yes, it isn't actually larceny until you go and break in.
I
So,
would say
fair
either I'd say either Dex stealth or maybe Dex wits.
We'll go dex stealth.
Okay.
I don't think you can do Dex Wits. Wits is a tool attribute.
Well, it's mental, like knowing how to break into places, as far as
Right.
like getting into the lock. But
Okay. Fair enough.
and it's still kind of the active stat. All right.
5? Yes.
That was a disturbing amount of. Just like, oh no!
How very interesting.
I know. Congratulations. You're welcome.
That's a whole lot of tens.
That's
3 of them on hunger dice.
On hunger dice. Yeah, this is fantastic.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
Yeah, that's right, because it doesn't count. It doesn't double up the successes like it should.
It's another reason why I'm rolling my dice.
Damn, it's good to be gangster.
All right. So how do you do a bestial success?
Crits count as
Or bestial
4
crit.
successes, I believe.
2.
Well, you've got to have. Well, when you get a crit, every 10 counts as 2. And you've got to have at least 2 10s. So,
I thought it was 4. Okay.
well, if you roll 2 10s, then that's 4 successes. Because each 10 counts as 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check that just to make sure I'm not being dumb.
Technically, you're right. It's just the roundabout way to get to it.
Verbiage.
But
She breaks the lock.
That's not stealthy at all, though.
well, the bestial criticals can sometimes ruin what would otherwise be very successful.
Well, that's odd.
Oh, messy critical. That's what it's called. I'm
Messy
sorry.
critical.
It's a bestial failure, I
You're
think.
thinking
or
of
something.
bestial failure, yeah.
All right, so a messy critical. See page 207. I can do that.
Potentially masquerade breaching.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
Or you just lose your status as a Uber Eats driver.
Well, luckily she didn't do
Broke
this
my
while
drawer.
actually
Out of 10.
carrying food, so
The thing is, you can also expend a point of willpower to suppress it.
I might need that willpower later. The night is
all
young.
right. So a messy critical, a critical win in which 1 or more 10s appear on the hunger dice, is a messy critical. The character succeeds as a regular critical, but like an animal would, not a being capable of foresight or self-control. The beast scored the critical, perhaps, not you.
Fantastic. Beast
So,
kicks Door's ass.
are you going to spend willpower to nullify this?
The coin says yes.
All right. Spend your point then.
Done.
Does that go to a regular critical, or does that just go to 5 successes?
Let me double check.
Either way, it's more than sufficient to get the door open.
Yeah.
Your beast, however, it's getting very impatient. You're pretty sure it was about to just kick the door in and just go for the throat of the first person they saw. You manage to choke that down, focus on getting the lock open. You open the door silently. You walk in the living room. There's a very heavy-set older gentleman leaned back in his recliner, snoring away. Looks like some 70s cop show was on the TV.
Fantastic. Closes the door behind her. Goes over. Takes a note. Was it one to... How many can be satisfied without being danger to the the human?
Let's see. I know a sip doesn't hurt them.
Yeah.
I
I
believe it
want to
was like
say
3. I think.
I want to say 2's the most.
yeah,
Oh,
eating
two's
something.
the
Without
Two,
causing
yeah.
any lasting damage, yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you took 3, it would only inflict 1 aggravated damage
There.
They're old.
on this old retired guy.
Yeah, no, she's trying to keep as much humanity as she can.
No, that's what it is. For the willpower reroll, you have to expend a willpower per dice to reroll your regular dice, but you can't reroll shit.
What?
You
Oh.
can't reroll your hunger dice at all.
No, you cannot.
Oh! Well, this changes the entire scene.
Sorry.
What I just
Yeah.
described
back?
is what I just described is what Emma
That was her
pictured.
best hopes.
That's what she was focusing on and picturing. What's actually happening?
Yeah, I just reread it through, so.
What's actually happening is when she doesn't get the lock kind of on her first try, your beast essentially takes over. Kind of F this. Forces the door open. It makes some noise. But there's nobody in the hallway.
Flexibly obfuscates.
The
She
door, the door kind of flings open, bumps the wall, and comes back almost completely shut as you rush past. The old guy has just enough time to sit up. Huh? And then you are on his throat.
Alright.
He starts to kind of half scream, and then the nature of the kiss kind of takes over. He just kind of relaxes back.
Not how she planned on this going. Takes enough to match the non-harm.
Well, the beast is awful hungry. The beast is awful hungry.
Well, hail.
Contest for that, right?
Now, so you're just sort of gnawing on his neck slightly. If you would like to spend a willpower to not drain this sucker dry, you may do so.
Yeah, she wants to keep her humanity. So I wouldn't be spending the willpower from the bestial
You would be spending it
messy
now.
critical. I'd be spending it now.
Right.
And not spending just okay, yeah, definitely spending.
All right. You managed to restrain yourself to just taking 2 from him then.
Alright. And then she uses was it? I'm scrolling down. Cloud memory. This was just a dream. And backpedals out. Closes the door.
Does that require a hunger roll?
No, that is free. It's a level 1 dominate.
Oh, okay.
It's if it was a vampire, I'd have to do a contested roll, but since it's immortal, I don't require it.
All right. So, and you lick his neck or whatever to seal the wounds up.
Sorry.
There's a little bit of blood on some of his clothes, but maybe he won't notice, or he'll think he nicked himself shaving or whatever.
Yeah. She'll somehow anonymously send like orange juice and cookies, like a blood drive or something to him. Eat these cookies, drink this orange juice. There you go.
There's no hiding the fact that the door is wrecked, but you can pull it too, and nobody will notice until somebody uses the door.
gently kind of pulls it back in and head down, leaving.
Guy at the front desk waves again as you go by.
Good evening. She probably dumps the bag somewhere before she comes back down to make it look like she dropped off food.
Okay. Well, if it's one of those reusable insulated bags,
Don't have to. Never mind then.
I mean, I guess if you ran by with like an old McDonald's bag, then yeah, you'd need it then.
Yeah.
All right, so you're back out.
And it's across the street from. It's nearish the bar.
Yeah, these apartments I keep referring to are kind of on the opposite side of the mall from the bar. There's like maybe another street or so between them, but it's real close. You've got those apartments, some medical stuff, and a volunteer fire department are all kind of right there together.
This evening is full of bad decisions. What's another one? And she'll go check up on people.
All right. Walter, are you with us?
Yes, I'm just having to tend to a needy cat, but go ahead.
Completely nosed out, using the technology can't see him power.
Needy cat. Isn't that just like saying cat twice?
Cat, yeah.
Cat.
Or like saying a feline cat?
Sure,
Moon
we'll
moon.
go with that.
Fair. Yeah.
All right, Walter. You wake up down your subterranean lake. How are you starting your evening?
As far as I know, I'm only about 2 hunger, so he doesn't have to eat exactly right this minute.
Mm-hmm.
Though he would probably just kind of check in on things, see what news is going on in Decatur, what incidences are going on that might need to be brought up to the group later, while also, just kind of sending a friendly message or two back to the one NOS contact he has in the area, just to check in on them, see how things are going.
Let's see, what was that guy's name?
I know I uttered it, but the person has forgotten the name. Sad to say.
We'll remember it later. Almost immediately, you look up local news in Decatur. Almost immediately, there's a report on a body found at a local bar.
He hears that and just kind of thinks for a second. Oh, goody. I'm sure Kai would love to hear what happened. Though I have a feeling he already knows.
And sure enough, you click on it, and there's a picture of the dead man's drink.
Well, that's something he won't need to be informed about. Right, let's move on, see what else we got.
Yeah, there's nothing useful really in the article. It's just kind of the body was found. The police are investigating. They've made no official statement yet.
They're procrastinating. They don't have information. Right, well, let's see what else we've got. Let's see, did my friend leave me a message? See how things are.
I know your buddy hasn't sent you anything particularly useful.
He reads over the message and it's like, well, again, having a fellow NOS is better than nothing. And just kind of, sends a friendly reply back. And he kind of takes his feelers, see if the Malkavian might have anything interesting to say. And not Rappy's character, but his one Malkavian contact he knows.
Let's see here. Where's Walter? There he is. He's at the top of my thing. Was it Colin Moore that you were buddies? Yeah, that's the Malkavian,
Yeah, that's not bad, right?
Oh, I think the NOS was Jet. Either Jet or Jeff. I'm a terrible handwriting.
It's probably Jet, now that I think about it.
Or maybe that's your sire. I don't know. No, your sire's unknown.
Yeah, the sire's unknown.
Anyway, What sort of message do you send, Colin?
Yeah, it would just be kind of a start off as just a friendly like, hey, how you doing? You know, anything going on anything going on your side of town, or anything interesting that you might have heard? You know, do you have an interesting vision that you would like to talk about to relieve your stress on?
That's a stereotype. We don't have visions all the time. And dude, you got to be careful what you send across electronic formats. But no, it's all fairly quiet down here at the moment.
Good, good. And yes, I'll try to mix it up. Maybe I'll add these things called emojis to make it a little bit more inconspicuous, as it were. But I am glad to know that you're at least in good health and good tidings.
Yeah, it's a pretty good day. Everybody down here is fairly stable.
Fantastic. Alright, then I won't bother you much more. Just, again, wanted to see if anything interesting was going on. Do let me know if something occurs. If not, I'll just poke you again and see how you're doing.
I'll talk to you later then.
He sends like a smiley face emoji with a little thumbs up.
Alright, and then what does Walter do once he gets up and stirring?
Well, if there's no interesting information that he can look up by any safe means, he will take a lovely late night stroll and get close to Kyle's bar, as it were.
Okay. It's just a short little ways from the unused sewer passage that you hang out in. Over into the kind of the storm drains that run up under the whole mall complex.
Mm-hmm.
You get over there in time to see the police cars pulling away. You see a guy that looks like a detective handing out cards to some folks out in the front parking lot. Some of them you recognize as Kyle's employees.
Oh yeah, he would definitely just kind of wait until it's quiet and nobody's really around, just for a little bit before
Okay.
he considers popping out of the drain.
Okay. Emma, you're let's see. You're walking across the mall parking lot. Egidio, where were you going?
Just right to the bar.
Okay. You see Emma in front of you,
What the heck?
crossing the parking lot.
Like she's also going into it.
Yep.
We have to stop meeting this.
At least you're not just following me as opposed to, just in front of me this time, I guess.
Yeah, feels weird. He keeps walking.
No, it feels weird. You slow down so she gets in front of you.
Nervously glancing back over her shoulder, like, gonna stab me in the back.
Over here.
Walter, you see the two of them walk up to the bar. They're fairly easy to pick out. Egidio has got that cane, and Emma is always in her hat.
Cold.
Walter would have probably one of their numbers, right?
I don't know. Did y'all exchange numbers?
Asked for it.
Oh, yeah, he definitely would have asked for people's numbers just to keep in contact with everybody.
I would have given you the burner phone. Oh.
Yeah. Walter
this
would
like-
just base.
Good.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is this like saloon doors or is this like a door?
This is like an old Pizza Hut. So I mean, it's just glass, just the
That-
typical glass doors.
That doesn't answer my question, actually.
It's doors.
No, it's not saloon
Yeah.
doors.
Okay.
Uh,
So it's just glass doors where I could kind of see what's going on inside.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just open.
Unless
it.
Kyle's had
I'm
them
gonna,
blacked out or something. Yeah.
Basically,
okay.
Walter would have texted either one just to be like, "Is the coast clear enough for me to sneak in?"
It's like 6.
It might be close
Yeah.
to 7 by now.
He just don't know if any human patrons are nearby. If he's got to obfuscate and slunk into the back.
There are definitely human patrons around.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's
let's
pretty
have
much
a
always
say.
human patrons in the front here.
Yeah.
I
He just let.
I text back. Might want to use the servant's entrance.
Fair enough. But just for the sake of argument and just for safety's sake, I'll do a rouse check to, do the whole unseen movement.
Okay.
Team passage.
And let's see.
You are hungrier.
Yay! Well, I'm gonna have to.
Congratulations.
No, that's a,
Congratulations, you
that's a
won.
success. What are you talking about?
I see a 0.
Which is a 10 on a D10.
No, 0 is no successes.
Yeah. If
Oh,
you
whoa.
hover over it, it shows a 4.
Ah, I see now.
Yeah, so he gets a little hungrier, but he'll slink into the bar a little.
I was looking at
little
that thing like it was
quieter.
the number on the dice and not the number of successes. My bad.
That
Nah,
would
you're
have
good.
made this way more confusing.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
get used
no.
to it. This is only the second session.
Yeah,
To it, second to last session.
he kind of grumbles a little as he, obfuscates and slinks inside. Of course,
Well,
he uses
yeah.
the service entrance, but he's, unseen.
Which opens right up. It's like not even locked. Nice.
I'll use my cane and rap on the door to as I'm opening it to it's like walk in.
You really don't have to do that. It's a public establishment. Okay.
Kyle, you see Egidio and Emma walk in. You do not see Walter walk in.
Welcome to the chaos.
Seems pretty normalized.
Yes.
I think the
For
chaos
now.
went that way.
Oh, the chaos is probably going to be coming.
Probably towards the morgue if I had to guess. That was a lot of officers.
The
Yeah.
morgue. Emma has not watched the news.
Neither is Egidio, but that's his thing.
Something upsetting has happened. Clearly a morgue is involved.
Video hopes.
Do you want to talk about it here, or do you want to go back to your office? What's going on? I don't think that kind of thing is something you want to exactly say to. Gestures out broadly towards patrons who are still drinking.
I have a job to do. We'll talk when I'm done.
Suit yourself.
Walter, what are you doing in the back of the restaurant?
Bar.
I mean, he's being careful not to bump into any of the actual workers, to not startle them and be like, "Oh God, what was that?" And just kind of making his way up to the front of the establishment. Probably sees Kyle and try to just kind of inconspicuously take a napkin, leave a little message that just has like a W on the corner. Just so if he looks, he'll know that Walter's nearby.
Gotta get him monogrammed handkerchiefs.
I'm just picturing a little message on a napkin. Don't punch me when I whisper to you.
I mean, yes, that would be one, or to slide one to Emma saying, "I'm nearby. Please don't hit me with your bag."
I think as you're doing that, Ichidio's like, so, where is it? To Kyle.
You cut off there for a second.
He says, so, where is it?
Not here.
I don't
Ah.
think they just leave bodies laying around.
That's unfortunate.
Emma looks between the two of them. I'm just gonna go do stuff when. Yeah, if you need me, you've got my number. Because she's like, once Kyle said he has a job to do, it's like, yeah, no, that's fair.
Go
I
clean
think-
up.
Do I spot this like?
Clean up.
Do I spot this napkin as it's like in midair, like being placed next to?
You probably
Um,
wouldn't notice it until he took his hand off it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then you just notice it
Yeah.
casually at some point.
See a W. Park an eyebrow.
Or is it an M?
Or is it an M? M for Emma.
So put a W underneath it, or a line under the W, so you know which way it's turned.
I mean, if it's a W and he's got it facing where Kyle can read it, then you'd be on the opposite side of it. All I'm saying.
Yeah, it'd be an M. Okay. I'm gonna get information then. Have a good day. And about face takes an Uber to the I assume there's like one morgue in Decatur.
I think there's just the one. Several funeral homes, though.
Yeah, sure, but active crime scene, morgue. That Egidio is going into that place.
All right, so you call a Uber.
Yep.
Okay. It shows up a few minutes later. You see, you see a car pull up to the door.
Dude, I do the thing where I look at the phone and I look at that license plate number, like
He pulls up next to you. The back door opens. You see Dave get out.
you're not.
The license plate matched it with your Uber.
Are
Dave says something
I'm
to the
really
guy.
I'm really Oh, Dave is exiting the Uber. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
he's
thought
not
Dave was
driving the Uber.
I
He's
thought
not-
it was the driver. I was like, what the fuck?
No, he's not driving the Uber. He drove the Uber. He rode the Uber.
Times
He
are
was-
tough, man. Times are tough.
Okay. Dave,
and he just sort of looks at you as you walk by when he realizes you're the one that's next.
getting in the car, yeah.
Huh.
Drive to the morgue.
And then he walks in.
Mhm.
Kyle, the denumerator, is here. He steps up to the bar. If Emma's still there, he tells you, hey.
She's probably still trying to figure out what the hell Egidio's doing, just like in her head, and is too shocked to move.
Kyle, you have noticed Walter's napkin by this point. Dave walks up to you. So you had some excitement here today. Oh. We may be having technical difficulties.
That being parental units.
Oh, that could be it too. Alright, I guess we're going to follow Egidio to the morgue then.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll be honest, I do not recall exactly where the morgue is at in Decatur. Having never actually been there.
That's a good thing. Emma in her head. That
Yeah,
Egidio's a weird little gremlin.
Alright. Morgan County Coroner's Office.
Sorry about that. The tiny human wanted to inform me of a bumper sticker she saw.
Ah!
Aww.
Very important things.
It
Yes.
it is an acceptable excuse.
Yes.
I thought it was the parental units trying to get your attention.
No, it was the tiny human wanting my attention to tell me about the bumper sticker and wanting a hug goodnight.
Again, acceptable.
All valid
Acceptable.
points.
Yes.
Mm-mm-mm.
Apparently it said, "Do not interfere with the way of dragons, for you are crunchy and good with ketchup." Which works for me.
On multiple levels.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Morgan County Coroner is. Oh, that's in Hartselle.
This guy's got to go a long way to get to the coroner's office then.
It's possible. Seems weird though. Decatur's the capital of the county. Or the county seat, what do you call it?
Mhm.
You'd think the coroner would be there.
Maybe they have like a smaller one, maybe at a hospital. I don't know.
Well, it's not like Hartselle's actually that far away. You're talking about like a 5-minute drive, maybe 10.
Fair enough.
The borders actually hit each other. So yeah, your Uber's taking you down to Hartselle.
Yep.
Give me a wits roll.
Wits awareness or wits in what?
Might just be wits, but let me look at the character sheet. Is there a local knowledge skill? Let's see.
Streetwise?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a wit streetwise.
Okay. This wouldn't happen to do with black market dealings, would it?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, that's fine.
Gotta make sure I get my stuff in. That is 3 successes.
You know that there is no kindred presence in Hartselle.
Perfect.
You've gotten the vague impression that they avoid it, but you have no idea why.
I'll have to fuck around and find out. There's gonna be a lupine there. No, I just know it.
I mean, if you never fuck around, you never find out.
Fuck around is human. To find out is divine.
But anyway, the car gets you to the coroner's office, no problem.
Also, first roll with the new dice. Woo!
And you got successes. That's a good start.
I did. Okay, and I'll tip them very well and be like,
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
I'll do the thing where I don't tip them on the app. I just give them like a 20.
He's fine with that.
Yep.
Now he gonna give you 5
Resource.
stars.
Hell yeah, I'll give him 5 stars. Why you put up resources? Anyway, I'm here. Cool. First things first. I'm going to, as he's gone and up and over the, not over the horizon line, but turns a corner or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I will activate Shadow Cloak.
Okay.
The shadows cling tighter around Egidio.
Is that Oblivion based or is that?
That is Oblivion based, but it's not a rouse check.
Okay.
It gives me +2 dice to stealth rolls. It gives me +2 dice to intimidation rolls with kind.
Okay.
It just happens as I activate it. And I will attempt to enter.
Okay. Well, the door is still unlocked.
Kind of like I own the place.
Looking on the door. The like office hours. It's closing. It's closing soon.
Closing soon.
They don't
Okay.
stay. They don't stay open very late.
So
Though there's
I think
always somebody here in case of stuff like what just happened at the bar.
I think the play here is that Egidio just kind of like walks in and kind of like just acts busy wherever he is, and about closing time he'll actually actively go to hide.
Okay, give me a stealth roll. See if you can pull this off.
All right. That's what I'm good.
Or
Okay.
is it subterfuge?
I think it'd be stealth.
Yeah, I just have to remember what all this actual. Yeah, stealth.
That is 3 stealth. What am I rolling? Dexterity?
Dexterity or wits.
Okay.
Whichever you prefer.
And then this is not technically shadowing, so I guess that's. Then I have. Oh, God, I have so much back. Look at that. Alright, that is a lot of successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Any tens? Any tens on your hunger dice?
No.
Just checking.
I understand.
Yeah, you managed to blend into the background for a little while,
Shadows help.
and then you find kind of a dark corner to actually just fully shadow up where they don't notice you. And they shut down the front office area. Most of the folks that you saw moving around in here are gone now. There are like 2 men on duty, working the night shift basically.
They're just like regular custodians or something. Or
Uh,
they're like more like rent-a-cops.
One of them is like a rent-a-cop. One of them is like the guy that runs the morgue area.
Gotcha.
You get the impression he's somebody more professional. He's a coroner probably.
Okay.
Now you haven't gotten back into that area to really interact with him yet, but
I didn't happen to see them bring the body on a stretcher or anything like that. I imagine me getting out of a car is much easier than them having to take the body out of a stretcher, put it, wheel it somewhere. If we leave, I guess not roughly about the same time. They'd had like 5-10 minutes on me.
They might have taken it in before sundown.
yeah, the body was discovered like late afternoon.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand now.
The session kicked off when Kyle could get there.
Gotcha. Understood. All right. Well, I clock where the coroner's area, the proper coroner area is, and I think I just start walking that way
Okay.
around the place.
Uh,
Still being quiet, just I'll also activate Silence of Death while I'm at it.
Just got a clipboard from somewhere and are going.
Yep, got it. This is me talking, Jeremy talking. I have learned if you walk around with a clipboard and a pen, no one tells you anything.
Yeah, because you basically look like you're doing something.
Now, look like I'm filing out notes for a coroner's report, or not an autopsy report, or notes.
You could probably find a clipboard that had one of those actual forms on it.
Yep.
As you approach the back, you hear the night security guy talking to the coroner.
As he's doing that, I'll just kind of go somewhere off to the side and in.
Yeah, they're both in like a little break room area getting coffee. The coroner is talking about the body they brought in. The security guy is, he heard some stuff. The whole fine get in a bar thing. The coroner's filling him in. Oh yeah, police found the back door was tampered with. Somebody dropped the body off there. Like a really piss poor frame up job or something.
Okay.
But you hear the security guy asking, well, whoever killed her, how did they do it? And the coroner talks about, multiple contusions, this, that, and the other.
I'm listening, but I'm also I'm listening to that actively, but I'm also walking towards the coroner's room so I can just enter.
Okay. Well, you got to pass by the break room door, so give me a stealth roll.
That's fine. Roll my
versus their. Well, these are just kind. So.
Well, I was gonna say, would they also probably wouldn't hear me unless they're because Silence of Death. Not as many successes. 1, 2, 4 successes.
Okay, you slip by without too much trouble.
Mhm.
The door's just
So
cracked
quickly.
open, so there's still a lot of shadow for you to deal with.
Open in, close. I will lock it from my side.
Okay. As you're getting to the door, though, you hear the coroner basically saying he suspects she fell down some stairs.
Mhm.
You know, he's going to report that into the police and have them actually like check around the hospital where she worked. So, you know, and given that the body was dumped, he's going to presume she was pushed, but yeah, who knows?
I have a weird question as I enter this room.
Mhm.
Are there any lab coats?
There are.
Okay, I will take a lab coat and make sure it doesn't have anyone's name on it. Get some sterile gloves.
Okay.
I will find this body. I'll find the very body they're describing.
It is still on the examination table.
Okay, perfect. Door's locked over there. They can open it, but I'll just look like someone who belongs here. So perfect. Cool. Then I will get to work.
All right, what are you gonna
best.
do?
All right, I would like to find approximate time of death. It's been a while now, so it's probably much harder to find. I want to see if I can do a better job examining this body than this person can.
Okay, and you can see where he's already been doing an autopsy, but
Yes.
the saw is out. All
I'll basically finish the autopsy he's doing. One more thing. Are there any pieces of jewelry and or not valuables, but like some sort of like some sort of like an accessory, valuable or not?
On the body right now, no, they've been removed.
Okay.
You step over to like the side, like a little desk table thing on the side, and you've got like trays sitting out, and there's some stuff in there. Earrings, a bracelet, a ring, and like a cell phone.
They're gonna say something if I take the cell phone, so I'm gonna take a ring.
Okay.
Just slip it in my pocket, and then I get to
Okay. One of the rings look like it might actually be an antique. So.
Alright. So
for your line of work, that's probably the one you'd go for.
Yeah. So this is intelligence medicine.
Mm-hmm.
This is my specialty, so I get to add another dice. That is not good enough, so I'm going to spend a willpower to re-roll 2 of my regular dice.
Okay.
Still not. Okay, fine. 3 successes.
Okay. You are basically you're agreeing with what you heard the coroner say. You know, just kind of the spacing of the, you know, of all the bruises and stuff falling downstairs would explain that. Her neck is not broken, but you're pretty sure, you know, doing your examination, you're pretty sure she cracked her skull. Was probably what the actual killing blow was. Again, that all matches up with falling down, you know, stairs.
Okay, so I get the sense that whoever did this, is there anything supernatural about it? Is what I'm going to look at now. As I activate Sense the Unseen.
Alright. What does Sense the Unseen do exactly?
I've got a fucking smorgasbord of powers going on right now. Can
Just
see
keep
ghosts
up with...
or other... Yes. None of them have been rouse checks so far.
Okay.
Can see ghosts or other incorporeal building beings, dormant blood sorcery, or vampires hiding with obfuscate.
Alright, run that back one more time. I was looking at something.
Okay, so I can see ghosts, incorporeal beings, dormant blood sorcery, or vampires hiding with obfuscate.
Okay. You do not see any of those things on the body.
Okay. So I get the sense that as a professional forensics analyst, I get the sense that this was probably going to be ruled an accident.
If not for somebody dumping the body somewhere, probably.
Okay.
If they found her at the bottom of the stairs in the hospital, tragic accident.
Mhm. Interesting. Then got all that information. I will take. Look, the guy's still not here. Still not coming this way.
Let's see. You've got some kind of do you have some kind of enhanced senses going?
I just have Sensei Unseen. I don't. So technically, if there's a bunch of ghosts running around, then yes. But other than that, no. I don't have enhanced senses. I just would hear. I imagine I would hear if a door's like.
Then yeah, a moment before the door opens, you hear somebody fiddling with it.
And I will, with the last bit of time I have here, I will take a picture of the corpse as the autopsy has been performed, and pocket it, and I'm good. And then I will find a quiet corner, wait for his next break.
All right, he comes in. Give me a stealth roll, see if he notices you.
Okay.
Yeah, he just gets back to work. Doesn't even seem to notice that you fiddled around with some stuff.
Good.
Because I'm assuming you didn't do anything drastic.
Like I'm a professional or something.
All right, how many did you get on that stealth?
One moment. I have rather a lot of dice. 3. That is crapola. I'm gonna re-roll 3. 2 successes.
Okay, he doesn't notice you.
Yeah.
He finished the examination. You know, he's got a voice recorder that he's doing his notes in.
I'll listen in on that.
And you know, it's nothing true, nothing really insightful. I mean, he'd already made most of his observations.
I think at this point, as he turns to get like a tool or something, that's when Egidio will make his escape.
Okay, you manage to slip out.
And I'll just leave.
And on your way out, the security guy is basically in one of the other offices, like kicked up watching TV.
Perfect. I'm out. And I will Uber back to the bar. I'll Uber back to the bar.
Still in your lab coat?
And you can, huh? I take it off, but I still have it. I'll take off the gloves too.
Yeah. You order an Uber. A few minutes later, it pulls up in the parking lot.
No kindred come out of that one.
No. There's nobody riding in this one.
Okay. And I leave.
So yeah, the guy pulls up.
Like,
are you a Guido? Are you a Guido Luna?
Egidio. Yes. Just had a random consult over here, so happens sometimes.
Oh, so you like dissect bodies and stuff?
I consult people who dissect bodies.
Oh, okay. You a doctor or something?
Well, you know, those who can't do teach.
All right, and he drives you back to Decatur.
As I get out, I once again give him like a 20. Just
5 stars for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you make it out of Hartsel, completely unaware of how long you were being watched while you were in there.
Yep.
Where do you have him drop him out? Back at the bar? Or?
Yeah, just like not at the bar, but like, you know, standard kindred procedure around the block.
Well, somewhere at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, while that was all going on at the bar, Dave the Enumerator had walked in. Walked over to the bar, looked at Kyle. Here you had some excitement last night. or this more or earlier than that. I think you're muted.
You're muted.
I just realized that when no one responded. But yeah, someone apparently decided to dump a body at the bar.
But you're here and not in the police station. How did that happen?
Very accurate video evidence showing someone doing so.
Can I see that?
Sure. And he'll take him back to the office and pull it up.
Okay. Now, Emma, while this is going on, are you staying with them, or were you going to go off and do something else?
Considering she was still trying to figure out why in the earth Egidio would be going, like, to be fascinated by dead bodies, she just follows along, still contemplating this.
Okay. Walter?
Walter is definitely within close proximity,
All right.
and of course, enjoying the footage because, yay, information.
All
The
right.
room has a NOS.
So all of you basically go back to the back to Kyle's office.
Mm.
So you play the video for him. He's like, okay, yeah, generic car. Don't recognize, never sees enough of anybody to recognize him. Even if you point out the hand with the skin condition, yeah, it's, half the Nosses in the city have some kind of skin condition. So
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So he asked you exactly what happened. What did the police say?
That they advised me to keep my phone on me to get in touch, but I informed them that I am a very deep sleeper. The thing that made me reach out to you, though, was that he mentioned that this mortal that died and was dumped at my bar was someone who was working at the hospital across the Beltline.
In Crestwood? Or not Crestwood, Parkway.
Yeah. And I believe you and I both know who runs that particular place, or what faction does.
Did he give you the woman's name?
It was Paige something, I say out of character.
Yeah, it was
I believe it was Katrina Page. Catherine Page.
Yeah. Say it was
Terrible handwriting.
a Catherine Page.
He gives a start when you say that name.
I assume that's important, giving your reaction.
The old Toreador Primogen from when the city was Camarilla. Page is his ghoul. Was his ghoul. He was the one that had direct control over that hospital.
So, to put it mildly, someone took the former ghoul of one of the Primogen of the Cam and dumped him at my bar.
As far as I know, she was still his ghoul. She was probably one of his main contacts at the hospital, too. Or kind of his eyes and ears on the ground there.
Which will in turn bring his attention to me.
But who would have? But who's trying to stir that trouble up? You're
Probably
you're
George.
fairly well liked by the Anarchs. I can't imagine even if one of us knocked her off. I can't
Honestly,
imagine anybody wanting to dump her here.
I'd say probably George. He
At-
did make
at-
that comment about making sure that I would pay or that he'd be seeing me later.
That seems like a
Both.
good. That seems like a good way to get himself off, though. Going after an elder's ghoul. I mean, his sire is important, but not to the point that he could do something like that to an elder with impunity.
Unfortunately, you have to learn to cause trouble for others in order to get back.
Boy, so help me.
The office door's closed. You can totally not.
No, I thought once you realize the office door was closed, he just kind of starts talking normal. Right. Oh,
Dave usually always an ass in the room.
That's why I
That's-
keep him around.
it never hurts to have one of us at least somewhat handy. But no, I completely agree with you, Master Kai. It looks like that Mr. George is probably wanting to stir the proverbial shit pot, as it were. Though that I agree, this is extreme length and could honestly get him in more trouble than anything once we can actually tie him to this. But we're
Doesn't
going to need
seem
better data.
He doesn't seem smart enough to pull off something like this.
Correct. He doesn't. That doesn't mean he doesn't have somebody in his pocket.
Dave speaks up. But did he pull this off? I mean, the police immediately realized that the body was dumped here, that the door was broken into.
Walter kind of looks at the footage. Unfortunately, judging by this, they at least were wise enough to hide their faces.
That's true. At least.
So they at least have some degree of intelligence, unlike our degenerate that was here the other night. So unfortunately, we're going to have to seek out his colleagues, as it were. Would you happen to know the sire of the one that actually drove the car the other night?
Y'all never got his name for sure.
Not that I remember.
I think George was the only one whose name y'all heard.
I don't even know it was him, though.
Though Dave tells you there is a Ventru that George is a known associate of George's.
Good, that's a start.
Now, the highest ranked Ventru in town, as far as the cams, was basically the Ventru whip in the Camarilla days. He's more or less the head of the clan now, but none of the former Primogen recognize him as being on their level.
Of course not. He was the whip back in the time, and they're not going to acknowledge it until he does something to actually get that. So until then, he's basically a whip to them.
Well, if they keep him, if they deny him the level of like a Primogen, then he's not really in the running to be prince. And they're still having pissing contests with each other over who's going to be the prince.
That's probably going to be for a good while, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that at least gives us a start. And unfortunately, George is about the only one that comes to mind. Though he kind of slowly turns out, unless there's someone else you've pissed off recently that we're unaware of.
Dave
None
turns and
that
looks at
come to
Kyle.
mind.
Well, unfortunately, George and his cohorts are about all we've got, really, as a working lead.
Might be a bit extreme of an idea, but perhaps this could be a power play on the cam side. Weaken the eyes and ears of an elder, have another elder capitalize. much as I hate politics.
Or try to sick them on you as a distraction. Well, I say on
Capitalize on
you,
it by
really
the
on
way.
us, but usually be the primary target.
Again, that makes more sense just due to the simple fact of which Kyle is an anarch just like the rest of us, so therefore it's a lot easier to declare getting revenge or getting back at somebody for hurting Camarilla if they wish to look at it in that light, which I'm sure that's how they're trying to spin it. Anarch hurting Camarilla. What's not unusual about that?
Well, I would suggest that you folks be real careful until we figure out what's going on.
It's odd they let themselves get caught on camera at all.
As you watch the footage, you would have seen that some of them went into Kyle's office. Though there's no actual cameras inside the office, so you don't know what they did while they were in there. But Dave would point out that, if they went in there, they may have been trying to wipe the cameras and couldn't get into the system.
But aren't there ways to not be seen?
Walter turns to him and smiles. Why, yes, there is.
And if the guy with the
However,
messed up hands was a Nos, of course, he might not have been able to hide himself from cameras, though. Not all of them can do that.
And if they're playing human really well. Struggling with the door, not hiding themselves as well as they could.
I mean, to be fair, they could actually be human, potentially even ghouls.
Yeah,
We're
they could be
not
other
sure on
ghouls.
that. Again, all we know is that either A, we have kindred that are faking it to look like humans, or genuine humans that are doing the work.
What time was the body dumped?
Scroll.
Oh, like 4:30 or 5, a little bit before, a half hour or so before sunrise.
Isn't it close?
They are. To
Unless
be
they
fair,
have a nearby haven.
either way, it's safer for humans or ghouls to do this versus an actual kindred. Of course, you have enough of them at your bidding, you can get them to do anything you need. Right. Is it possible Walter can kind of look around the room, see if there might be something out of place that wasn't just initially noticed?
Are you that familiar with Kyle's office that you would spot something that was out of?
No,
do you
but
nos around in his office that much?
he wouldn't admit
Better
it. But
not.
he wouldn't admit it, but he likes to nos around a lot just to observe people. But he's just trying to look for anything that just might just seem like, is this supposed to be like this? And he'd promptly ask Kyle if he notices anything at all.
No, there's not really anything you would notice.
As-
More than likely, they just came in, tried to get into the computer, and couldn't.
If anything, Walter just kind of gives a light golf clap to Kyle. I must admit, they must hate trying to get in here. What type of security do you use? The formula of pi? Or something more extreme?
Yes.
He smiles. I love the answer.
They could have just destroyed or walked off with the computer, though.
Oh, that would have been the quick and dirty way of doing it. Of course, he gestures. Kyle would have noticed that immediately and therefore probably would have retaliated, I'm sure. Or at least
I'm
came up
still
with
gonna
a...
retaliate.
Oh, of that I have no doubt, and I can't wait to see how this is handled. But still, point being, they could have easily tampered with it. I mean, Walter chuckles a little like, good lord, they can even just throw a magnet on the damn thing and it would have done the job.
Well, unless it
But
was backing
better.
it up to the web or backing it up to the cloud.
Fair enough. But either way, that would have been one way to do it, inconspicuously, is just toss a magnet on it and it would have done the work.
How exactly do you plan to retaliate, Kyle? Dave's like, I'm not I do not disapprove of retaliation, but what's your move here?
Gather intel, and then, depending upon who or what I'm dealing with, go hunting.
All right. Sounds like you're gonna make sure you hit the right target, though. So no problems there. This is clearly somebody heating up the war again. We just need to find out who, whether it's could be an Anarch, but I don't understand why they would dump it on you. I really like that idea of this being cam infighting. I'll be sure to fill the Baron in on all this.
Right. Before you go, may I inquire, do you happen to have an inkling as to George's location? I know y'all tend to keep tabs on most of your population, so I just figured I'd ask anyway. Give me an idea of where to start skulking about.
Well, George tends to hang out, not in the hospital proper, but kind of in the areas back behind the hospital. I'm not sure exactly what. We're not exactly sure what territory he's got, or that his sire has got. But it's in some of the residential areas, back kind of a ways behind the hospital.
A haven, perhaps.
It's possible, you know. Goodness knows we would love to be able to track down everybody's havens, but they're real careful about that sort of thing. And they have as many NOS on their side as we have.
Fair enough. You know, we can at least start getting feelers out and go from there. See if we can't track activity.
Well, if you need some assistance from us, let us know. You've got my number. If you figure anything else out, just keep me in the loop. Whatever you decide to do, just keep me in the loop so I can keep the Barons in the loop.
I'll at least do greatly on that on my part. I'm sure Master Kyle will do the same for you as well.
It's quite literally my job.
Yep. Well, then until you find something else out, I bid you good night.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, sir.
And he has not been
He
gone very
leaves.
long when GDO shows back up.
To say he leaves and I'm giving the Uber driver a 20.
Now, of course, Walter,
Hey,
as soon as he leaves, Walter
Walton.
will just kind of remark and or remark to that, and just like, "That's your job." And here I thought it was running a bar.
One of many.
Either way, you do a damn good one. Ah, Ingenio. Hello.
Hola. Mi correo.
Do you
Eh,
two just
maybe
plan
not so
that?
formal.
Plan what?
Never mind.
I performed an autopsy. As he puts the gloves in a nearby wastebasket.
Fantastic. And what did you learn?
Complete accident, or at least that's what they're trying to make it look like. Unfortunate bit with stairs. You gotta watch your step.
Meaning
It could be your last.
Meaning the poor soul suffered blunt force trauma then.
Yes. Around here, and particularly a nasty wound up here. And he's pointing. He's no longer in work mode, so he can kind of fuck around with it.
Tell me how nasty it is with a big smile on his face.
Right, so one good
Correct. Here, brain scrambled like eggs inside the head.
Oh, I got a picture. Probably don't want to see it though.
Ingenio, unfortunately, we're kindred.
It
We're
is
used to
scientific curiosity. Don't give me that look, Emma. I'm
I've
not
honestly
disparaging
seen
the dead.
worse.
Sure,
mean-
yeah. Yeah.
Are you
Again,
showing the
keep in
picture?
mind this is going to give us information.
I'm just holding on to it just in case I need to refer to it.
May I see it?
Doing so, like, markedly away from Emma so that she doesn't see it. Show. or,
Yeah, it's
you know.
it's a nude body with a bunch of bruises and some cuts, some obvious
Mhm.
cuts and stuff for the
And
from the
I'll point out
autopsy itself.
I'll point out like the blunt force trauma here, and in these areas. There's a nasty welt here where the final fall happened.
Well, either the soul was clever to do careful strikes, or this poor soul literally got shoved downstairs.
No ghosts, which is telling for a morgue.
Quick question.
Yes.
This is more player
Storyteller.
to storyteller, and then
Okay.
if depending on storyteller answer, Kyle will be asking Egidio. Me with my familiarity with the potence discipline, specifically lethal body, able to deal lethal damage with just unarmed combat alone. Does this look like something that could easily happen with someone that has a similar power?
I did ask while I was doing this if it looked supernatural.
Well, yeah, but I was saying, I was like, well, that's fair, yeah. I figured this would be Kyle asking with his
Yes.
familiarity with the power,
Yes,
since
yes.
he uses it himself.
None of the none of the bruising, none of the wounds, look like a fist or a foot. It doesn't look like she was kicked or punched.
Uh
I feel like with lethal body, speaking purely as a player who had it last time we played vampire, it'd be more like like a punch here would snap this entire shoulder.
Depending on
yeah,
how hard you hit and how many points you had.
Yeah.
Figured I'd still ask.
But a lot of the bruising tends to be longer, which would match up with hitting the edge
Like
of steps,
hitting a step. Mhm.
as opposed to now. Could some kindred with potence have run around karate chopping her? Maybe, but it would have been very difficult to make it look this realistic.
Of course, I was thinking with a bat, but that's me.
Wooden board.
Bat or wooden board would have been more broken bones. The only one was the one on the skull.
So it looks like fell down the stairs via blunt wind, died via blunt force trauma.
I'd bet this ring that I'd pull out the ring. I'd bet this ring that that she was pushed.
You steal her ring?
I found a ring
On the sidewalk, not in the morgue.
I don't have to tell you where I found it. I put it back.
Egidio, if I may inquire, what was that fact you said that was interesting about a morgue? Something about spirits?
Yeah, there wasn't any there. That's a little disconcerting, but it just means she isn't coming back as a vengeful wraith, coming to destroy whoever did it. Pathetic.
Fair enough.
Unless she was
fact that
unless she was
that's,
haunting these places, the place of her death, and not the morgue.
Maybe.
Right.
The fact that you immediately consider that an option is interesting.
Well,
Always
I
be
was
an
more
option.
interested in the fact about that they weren't there. Makes me curious. Because I'm not used to ghouls, so I don't know exactly if they still retain
Oh, that's
anything
true.
of that nature or
Might not have a soul anymore.
Oh yeah, you weren't here for that. In character. As Kyle would mention, yeah, she was apparently a ghoul for one of the Cam Primogen.
Primogen that are no longer in this area.
No, one that still is.
Interesting.
It is rumored to believe that she might be a particular favorite and also one that gives him good information about the hospital and happenings.
Not anymore. She isn't. Again,
Well,
unless she's a ghost.
fair enough, but again, being a
Why
ghoul,
do
I
you
was
default to that?
I'm not defaulting to it. I'm just saying it's an option. Clearly not. She's clearly not a cadet. What's the word he would use? Zombie. I'm just gonna use that one for now, because her body's still there. So could be the
Those-
corporeal.
Those were a thing? Never mind.
Werewolves are a thing. Are you surprised ghosts and zombies are a thing?
As I've never met them.
You're a
Yeah.
vampire.
I-
I say that kind of hushed.
And
either way, it's interesting information. Now, again, we had the fact of which the poor soul was at least shoved
Yes.
or potentially tripped.
More
but
than likely shoved.
probably shoved.
Okay. One question, storyteller. As I had looked at the body, there wasn't like I only saw her front, so there wasn't like a push like this, right? Or any kind of forceful shove.
Not forceful enough to leave like a mark, no.
Okay, just checking.
Because you
That-
would have
that-
been able to glance at some of his notes, but
That would take mostly mark off any supernatural. Just some dude walks by and shoves her. Yeah, like a cat.
well,
moving,
a vampire
you know,
with
a
potence could have
base.
shoved her, but just not hard enough to leave a handprint bruise in her back.
Well, yeah, but yeah, fair enough.
Right. So, with what information we have, how would you lovely three like to proceed?
I did my part.
Again,
Unless someone needs to be killed, then but one step at a time, I imagine.
oh, we have a general suspect as to potentially the culprit to this endeavor. You remember the lovely group that we encountered the other evening?
Yeah, I almost killed one.
Right. Well, the one that we actually learned that also seemed to be the more fiery of the lot.
Mm-hmm.
We have suspicion he might be doing this to essentially stir the proverbial shit pot and have Cam look at us, and mostly dear Kyle, as a potential threat. Who knows? Or as our beloved soul that just recently left believes hopefully it could just be Cam fighting Cam and just causing, another proverbial stink, as it were. So we have two
Cam.
possibilities, but we're not quite sure which. I can
Is that
go.
Is that a thing? The Cams fighting the Cams?
Well, again, they still want to try and get a prince to at least assert some type of dominance, I'm sure, instead of it just being the barons.
Right, but isn't fighting them counterproductive to that?
You
Well,
can
that
take out an enemy and blame it on another enemy.
again, you have to. If you wish to take out older hierarchy, you have to start chipping away at it and throw it at newer things. That way they draw the attention away. At least that's what I'm thinking. But either way, the next best thing is I can do is go skulk around and also try to dig up information on our dear sweet beloved George.
By all means. I'm not going to claim leadership of this Uriel, but
This what?
Uriel.
Oh, I thought you said Oreo.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Guys are going to make fun of my language. I'm going to make fun of
Oh.
yours. And there's a lot to go with on English. It's like 6 languages stacked on top of each other.
It
I
is.
I think we've been over the fact that English basically grabbed a whole lot of other languages, dragged them into an alley, and murdered them for syntax. But
Yes, that is my experience with this language. Uriel is a coterie.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we're that close.
Have to be close. We just have to have a common goal. Clearly, the common goal is this potentially cam body in Anarch territory. Isn't that the rule that you guys told me? Everyone kind of watches out for everybody.
Yeah, but they don't like become buddies doing it.
We don't have to be buddies.
We share similar interests, and currently we have a goal. Someone has decided to.
If someone says a C word, doesn't mean it's compadres.
See, that one I know.
Everyone knows compadres.
Well, it's commonly used and flung about, but beside the point. Basically, right now, our common goal is to figure out who's trying to. What's a polite way to put it? Piss on the politeness right
Fuck
now.
around and find out.
Exactly! That's the what I was thinking of. Thank you, sir.
I've done plenty of fucking around for an evening. I'll find out later.
Fair enough. So,
But if you need a hand, I can keep watch. I don't fucking know.
well,
Couldn't hurt.
agreed. Have anything I can use here that's somewhat protected if I happen to try to reach feelers out for information?
The library open 24 hours?
No,
No,
they don't have
Not-
that kind of funding.
not anymore.
Budget cuts.
Terrible things they are. And no, I just didn't know if there was a spare computer or two that Master Kyle here wouldn't mind me borrowing and hopefully have, encryption on it so I can have fun browsing some information. But if not, I can do it the old-fashioned way. Either way works.
Turn the
like to-
security. Put on
I like
the
to think
camera. I don't think he
Walters-
hands him out.
I like to think Walter's his haven is just this 4x4 cubicle of pure shit because it's a sewer, and it's just the most pristine thing is a laptop.
Basically.
Well, he's in an unused branch off. Like they were planning to extend it out this way and then just never did anything with it.
Put up the nice little condemned signs and board it up a little bit.
Still don't think it ties back to Walter, or not Walter.
George.
George. It just feels too
Easy?
simple for vampire politics and machinations.
Hey, sometimes one shove is all it takes to start deposing somebody. Sometimes you fire a shotgun in the middle of a convention.
Sometimes the women march on Versailles. Though George was pretty drunk and or high last night, so I'm just saying.
You know what? I'm not gonna ask. I'm just not. I've
Even
heard
even-
and seen weirder things, but still.
even I've heard of Theobel. And I don't. It's my first time getting into actual anarch politics.
Well, either way, if there's nothing I can do for here, Master Kyle, I'll slink off elsewhere and see what I can do.
You do you. I still have a business to run. Been in here for a while.
Run your business. It'll be fine.
Here in your office,
Again.
unobserved.
Again, you can do whatever you like, sir. But I say you have at least 3 companions that can do something for you. If all choose to. Either
I don't
way.
have a problem keeping watch. I can lay low for a little bit.
I'm not real good with most stuff, but
That's gotta be something you're good at.
kind of got the short end of the vampire power stick, I guess.
In time, I'm sure we'll figure out what wonderful gifts you have. But until then, well, back to the bottom of the earth for me then.
When it's
All right.
Wednesday.
Done?
All right, y'all breaking up y'all's little meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well.
I'll stay at the bar for a little longer and just kind of observe. I'll like pretend to be nursing a drink.
Cal, you go back out. You know, the employees have been running it fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you do have one of the waitresses over to the side chatting up some dude that, you know, she spends a lot of time chatting him up every time he's in here.
Is he a kindred?
No,
Just
he's just a
rich.
mortal that's been in here. Oh, maybe the last month or so. He's
Tips
become a
well.
regular.
Okay.
Ah, yes, a good regular.
E.
Other than that, all the workers seem to be pretty busy.
Gotcha.
Gidio takes like will order a round of drinks for himself. Put it at his table. His table's like in a corner somewhere that's like low lit. Just
Mm-hmm.
sit there and pretend to drink them.
Just dumping him in a plant behind him.
Yep.
Here it's autumn, and nobody's looking, just a little swoosh.
I can already hear Kyle going, you best be paying for those.
Pay for them. I pay for them. I don't. Egidio doesn't believe in leaving a tab, so he pays as he gets them.
Mm.
All right, so you're camped out in there. What is Emma going to do?
Honestly, she probably just slips out the back. She has no like watching skills or anything like that, really. And she isn't fully convinced that it's that cut and dry, but she doesn't have any other proof right now, and no way to get any other proof.
Mm-hmm.
So she's kind of in a holding pattern, seeing if any other information is found.
Okay.
Do a
And
couple
Walter?
runs.
Well, first Walter probably go back to his haven and, you know, fire up the VPN as it were, and just kind of do a little bit of searching on the hospital, different forms of information such as records, owners. Just try to get general information that he could slowly kind of string a bit of information. Maybe reach out to his NOS friend and just like, hey, I'm kind of curious about this one guy called George. Don't know if you might have heard of him, and just kind of give him a general roundabout area or what barony he might be somewhat nearby. Just be like, if you know anything on this person, let me know. If not, that's fine.
Okay. All right, so Emma, as you slip out the back, where was it you were going?
He's probably just gonna do a couple more runs, like Uber Eat kind of Grubhub
Here's
slash
ahead.
drop,
Mm-hmm.
doing delivery.
Mm-mm.
Just searching for Gokonda and delivering burritos.
That's a combo.
Only
On
at
at your
Taco
local
Bell.
Taco Bell.
we hang out too much. That's all I
Uh-huh.
gotta say.
We've played a few too many games together, man.
Yep.
Just a few. Just a few.
Again, that one brain cell is just being yeeted across the room every so often.
Uh-huh.
It's a game of Pong right now. Boop.
All right, Emma. So you get in your car. You crank it up. You pull up your phone to start. To pull up the
Yeah.
whatever
See
the
what
Uber
orders
Eats
are
app
available.
is, or however they get.
I don't
their
know how it works
info.
either.
I'm going to assume it's kind of like any of the Uber or Lyft stuff where there's an app you use if you're the driver.
Yeah, basically you just kind of sign in and you just kind of wait, and something will ding up and it will ask you, do you want to take it or not, kind of tell you what the general tip is, all that information. Not like I've done it before.
So yeah, you're pulling up that information. Oh, yeah, there's a couple of them close by. It won't be too bad. And the next thing you know, someone has reached around, grabbed you by the throat, and has you pinned against the car seat.
Hold please.
When you glance up in the rear view, at first you don't see anybody, and then a NOS fades into view.
Always
Anything
suspect a
for this.
nos.
Uh,
Always suspect a nos.
It's a woman. This side of her face is pulled back, like the muscles are pulled back slightly. Makes you think of a stroke victim, truthfully.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's got nothing.
Though clearly she's got strength in that side, in the arm on that side.
Yeah. Purely cosmetic. She's not going to be stupid enough to scream, but she doesn't have to breathe, so this is mostly a terrifying inconvenience.
I like that phrasing, terrifying inconvenience.
If she had a heart, it'd be like beating around her chest like a scared mouse, but no heartbeat's convenient.
She gets right down to your ear with a raspy voice. What do you know about the woman that was killed?
She worked at the hospital. She was some guy's ghoul.
Was it one of you that did it?
One of me? Or like the others in there? What? No.
One of you Anarchs.
I don't know who killed her. It could have been anyone. I mean, I can't honestly tell you. A bunch of people dropped her body off.
What did these people look like?
Guys in hoods, they hid their faces.
How convenient.
One of them had a messed up hand.
Messed up how?
Like, she's trying not to say like a nos. Really just bad skin. And she'd indicate if it was the left or the right.
Or like this while you're being choked out.
Like this one.
I'm not sure that I believe you.
I'm not sure I believe me either.
Put your phone down.
Puts her phone down, like clicks it so it's like screen's off.
Crank up the car. We're going for a little ride.
Okay, but I only got like half a tank of gas, so it can't be too far.
It's not.
All right.
Just get out on the belt line.
Oh boy.
Okay. She doesn't feel like, getting steak tonight, so.
There are so few of you as it is.
Yeah, she's feeling this unicorn thing here, like, we gotta stay alive here.
Alright.
She follows directions, she drives under the speed limit. Well, speed limit, she doesn't, do anything stupid.
So my question for you is... I've got a bug over here that's bugging the piss out of me.
That's what they
it's
do.
It's a stink bug, so I don't want to squish it, but it just keeps flying around.
Those suckers are
Kleenex,
so
put it in the toilet paper.
Alright.
She's making sure to take as much information in on this lady as she can, glancing in the rearview mirror, just so when she has to describe her later in a panic state, she can do it.
All right. Egidio, give me a wits awareness.
Ooh.
Because you've seen Emma's car.
Yeah.
You've stalked her.
For sure. 3, 2 hunger dice.
Probably got some kind of nerdy bumper sticker on it.
Is that coexist bumper sticker?
Honestly, yeah, absolutely. Be a good human.
If you were one.
4 successes.
Okay, you're going to need at least 3, and that does it.
Blinking
Woo!
aggressively in Morse code.
You just happen to glance over the traffic going by on the belt line, and you see Emma's car.
Huh.
With a
It's in
passenger.
It's in this lane.
Mhm.
You think you see somebody in the seat behind her? Either that or she's got like a backpack hanging off of her driver's
Oh,
side
so
seat or
she's
something.
just gotten in gotten into the highway.
Mhm. But she's driving up, kind of a. I mean, technically, all this area up here is still Anarch, but it's not very populated
Mhm.
because it's just so close to this heavily fortified camp
If
area.
I see her driving towards National Guard, that's the red flag for me.
Yeah, she's definitely driving past National Guard.
Okay, that's the red flag because it's
I mean,
like
keep in
that
mind,
could-
you're right here. Y'all are directly across the road from the National Guard place.
Mhm. I'll finish my 4th fake drink and like fake stumble over to Kyle, and just kind of like go like this. Just like motion for him to like bring his head so I can whisper in his ear instead of saying it out loud.
What is it?
Emma normally drive past what you guys call it, the belt line. Isn't that like getting towards camp territory? You guys' words, not mine, right?
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
That's what I thought. And he will
Walter, let's get moving.
Walter, who's not there.
He doesn't know. It's Walter. He could be.
I know.
He assumes that he's there until he finds out for
Mhm.
sure otherwise.
If Walter gave me his number, I have it, so I can text him. I'll just text mobilize.
Oh yeah, no. Walter would have given his burner phone number to the
Yep.
group. You would have just gotten a quick response of like a thumb up emoji.
Mhm.
And Walter would be using the sewers to his advantage.
All right. And then as quickly as I whisper that, I'll come back and clock the car again, kind of see in which direction it's turning.
All right. Well, the chicken salad chick is going to get in y'all's way, or get in your view. But it looks like they're driving past the hospital and not pulling into the hospital.
Okay. Somewhere perhaps behind.
You don't know. Perhaps, sure.
Yeah. Okay. I will pick up my cane, lab coat like this, like folded over, and I'll start walking. And I'll think for a sec. Kyle, do you have any wheels? Mine's back in Mexico. I haven't
The
gotten it over
coterie
yet.
have a car.
I had 2 of them. As long as you don't mind riding, bitch.
I don't know what that means, but I assume it's something emasculating.
As he goes to the shed, like in the back,
Mm-hmm.
undoes several locks, and opens it up to
Sure.
reveal a very, very nice motorcycle.
Ooh. How very, very nice is it?
Top of the line, kind of nice. As in,
From a Tremere.
No, as in this is one of the few things that shows that he has multiple points and resources.
Gotcha.
Levels of nice.
There it is.
Nice.
So,
1 second, I'll be right back.
You don't have like a.
Gotta kill that
pickup-
damn bug.
You don't have like a pickup truck or something. This is. I mean, I don't mind, but
not here.
fair enough. I'll get in the middle. That's what I assume he means by that.
No, he has you on the back behind him.
Just, I feel like the bike gets like 30 pounds heavier, or like 40 to 50 pounds heavier as
Mhm.
as the NOS operates behind him.
I'm trying to figure out how to take points in presence.
7 XP and drink
With-
blood from a vampire that has the presence discipline.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Just find a vampire that's asleep.
That's a problem.
Let's say, yeah, you do run the risk of blood bonding.
Blood bonding, yeah.
Go all the way Diablo-ism. Easy.
Then you have to make
Oh.
the roll.
Yeah, well,
And she might not remain a salubri if she does that.
Alright.
did you get the bug?
I thought I did, but then when I got there, the napkin was empty, so I don't know where it went.
Then who was phone?
It's behind you.
Could be.
The bug is calling from inside the house.
Alright, so Egidio's writing in the middle. We made the joke that Walter got on like at the last second, just invisibly.
The bike be big enough for Walter. Walter's a big dude.
No.
Just gets on it.
Does it have a back that he can be clinging to?
Oh no.
No, it does
It's a
not.
NOS, it'll be fine.
I was fixing to say, Walter might have to hoof it and just,
Take a shortcut through the sewers.
basically.
Alrighty,
Steal
to
a
the
car.
hospital, I guess.
As long as y'all just kind of give him a inkling, or better yet, just like if you were to just say Emma, he would think, need to track that. Doo-doo-doo.
I think what Egidio would do is, I think he would give coordinates. He'd look on Google Maps, see what the general coordinates of the area is. Not of the hospital itself, but like a block down.
Mm-hmm.
Give those coordinates. Like a geotag.
Okay.
Hey, look at them, like, okay.
I learned I could do that because I have been fiddling around on Google Maps today.
They're so useful for
Drops
games
are
like this.
amazing.
Yeah, they are.
Alright, Emma, you are instructed to drive past the hospital. And
Yep.
basically, that very last building that you can see right above where it says Roy Sleep Medicine,
Mm-hmm.
that is a U-Haul facility.
Fantastic.
That is where she wants you to pull in.
Looks like we're going to the U-Haul facility.
Wow, that was.
That was a very low distance pursuit.
Whoa, no, not just that. It's one of those things where it's like I clicked to like the next building intentionally so I don't bring eyes to the thing, and it turns out to be the fucking building.
But
Premonitions.
she has you pull up right up to the building.
Keeps her hand on the wheel. Our hands on the wheels visible.
Hands at 10 and 2.
Yep, she is not trying to get murdered tonight.
You know, the U-Haul place seems to be shut down. The lights are off, but people are coming out the front door. Not a lot of people. I mean, it's like 3 guys.
Friends of yours?
Business acquaintances.
Cool, cool.
We're going to ask you a few questions. They're a little better at asking questions than I am, or getting answers than I am.
Storyteller question. Can vampires sweat?
If they use Blush of Life, maybe.
Okay, no, not worth it. Inwardly,
And
she's sweating.
And sweating blood could probably fall under stigmata. It's not technically the stigmata.
Not hungry enough.
That's right. That's really only affects hungry.
Does she recognize any of the fine gentlemen or ladies or folks coming out of the building?
How long have you been in Decatur? I know we covered this in like the session 0, but it's been like a couple of weeks.
Maybe a year, maybe a couple of months at most.
Okay. So no, you're not super familiar with the cam side of things. You've mostly just been getting by to get by.
Keeping her head down.
None of these guys are George or either of the other 2 guys from last night.
Fantastic.
One of them walks up, takes your head under the chin, and kind of looks at you. All right, let her go. Get out of the car. Don't try anything.
That to me or the other lady?
Oh, to you.
Oh, okay.
He's telling you to get out of the car. Well, he told the other lady to let you go, and then told you to get out of the car. Don't try anything. You won't survive it.
All right. She turns off the car, gets out of the car, knows when she's outnumbered, and just, she's gonna pretty much listen to what they say.
And they march you into the building.
Okay. But her vehicle is parked out front, so.
Let's see. The guy that spoke to you, blonde hair, really intense gray eyes.
Fantastic. Love that for.
You get a better look at the Nas, and her skin tone's kind of almost make you think of an albino. I mean, there's like no pigment. And the what was her big distinctive thing?
The one side of her face.
Well, that, and when you see her whole body, her abdomen, her stomach is kind of bulged out. It almost sounds like it sloshes when she moves, almost.
Fantastic. Happy for her.
It's definitely a thing.
They say the Nas are some nasty SOBs.
Oh yeah, there's some that'll like house insects inside of them to use as a swarm.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
Yeah, a little bit of body horror between friends, you know.
Yeah.
We drive by in time to see the car just parked there.
Give me wits awareness.
The both of us?
Sure.
Okay.
Look for the goofy bumper stickers.
2 successes.
When you're too lazy to pour yourself a glass of sweet tea, you just take the whole jug.
Respect.
Technically, it's a glass.
I got 3 successes.
Okay.
I got 2.
All right. Yeah, y'all spot her car. Emma, they have walked you back to an office. You know, the light's on in the office, but it's far enough back that it won't be visible
Fantastic.
through the front glass wall.
I will update the location on the Google Maps.
Okay. You sit down. The fellow with the gray eyes. What clan are you?
Don't see why that's important.
This will go much easier for you if you simply answer the questions.
The shit-eating grin is the best.
Can
Because
we
she
have,
knows they can rip off her hat in a second and find out, so...
can we have pulled in and kicked the door down by this point since we see her car?
He
Probably
saw
been at
it
least a
drive
couple minutes
by,
since
and
we
it
got
took y'all a little
grabbed.
while to get out there and get going.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
You're gonna kick the door down. I'm gonna roll stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a common clan.
What bloodline are you then?
Probably actually the more accurate to say.
Forgotten one.
Do you not realize the danger you're in?
Trust me, if I was fully comprehending the danger I was in, I would probably be sweating blood right now. I'm in a bit of shock. I'm not really used to this vampire politics stuff.
Do you know? But you know. Screw this. He pulls out a knife. Give me just a moment. I will tell you what clan she is.
Oh shit.
Okay, no, she tries to cut her. She's like, okay. It's off the hat. Just a little bit.
Everybody in the room looks shocked. The Nos, just the Nos looks shocked, and it's just kind of like WTF.
That's sad coming from the NOS. I'll keep it honest with you.
What the crap? Of course, the steely-eyed guy, or the intense gray-eyed man, he looked shocked, and then kind of immediately
Was.
angry. One of the others in the room that hasn't said anything, just sitting in the back, has been studying you intensely. Also looks shocked, like the Tremere.
What clan are you? She's now a little irritated that she's had to reveal this.
You went 2 sessions. Pretty good.
Yeah, I got to 2. Well, no one in the coterie knows.
Not yet.
Yeah, none of us know yet.
Oh, give it time.
Yeah, 3 sessions.
Give it 20
20
seconds
minutes.
from now.
She can pull that hat on real quick.
We need to kill her now.
I would really prefer you...
Wait. We need to tell Caleb.
No, you don't.
Watch her.
No, don't. Let me go.
And the Tremere leaves. The Nos is looking at you.
He never said he was a Tremere, right?
Oh no. He never specified that.
Jeremy knew that as soon as he's like, open their veins.
But your master or your sire rather, would probably have warned you that the Tremere can figure out your clan by tasting you.
And she was just not in the potential of getting blood bonded to anybody tonight.
Well, he'd have been sampling you, not the other way around.
Still.
So yeah, the Nos is just like, what the hell are you? And literally, he's walking up and fiddling with your eye.
Don't!
Is it a real eye?
Yes!
She covers up your other 2 eyes. How many fingers am I holding?
How many fingers am I holding up?
That gets you slapped. Alright. Now you guys have spotted the
Up. Fuck.
as you pull in the front of the buildings, mostly window,
Mm-hmm.
you see somebody rushing up from the back. And he runs up to a desk, grabs a phone, and then he looks up because, there's a motorcycle that just pulled in, shining the light right at him.
Oh, I'm going right for him.
Jump the fuck off.
Also, I successfully make both of my rouse checks.
Okay.
Oh
No.
boy.
Are you parking the motorcycle, driving the motorcycle through the window, jumping off the motorcycle?
Parking it
I'm going
inside
right-
after driving it through.
No, I'm going right through the window.
Actually,
I ain't going for the SOB on the phone.
I will say I make all 3 of my rouse checks
Oh no.
as activate potence, feral weapons, and my blood surge.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll dexterity and just like do like a
To safely
I'm just
roll
gonna
off
roll
this
to get
motorcycle.
off.
tuck and roll. I didn't consent to this.
Oh, barrel roll.
Yeah. This motorcycle is very
Look.
heavy. He reinforced its frame. So he can ram stuff with it if he needs to, as long as it's not
I
like
got-
a truck.
I got 1 success to tuck and roll.
Okay.
You're a vampire. You're fine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. There's
And-
broken glass now on your jacket or whatever, or whatever
That's
your shirt. But
Just brushes it off, and as I'm brushing it off, I will again activate shadow cloak, and then I'm gonna stealth and backdoor. But while that's happening, that
back
distraction
door,
is happening.
like you're out of the building and around back, or like you're slipping off to those back rooms.
Slipping off to the back rooms.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Kyle. What exactly are you doing as you go flying off? And Walter, you're running down the highway, or whatever.
He's just no questions attacking the dude.
Respect.
Oh boy, I get to murder.
Imagine Walter saw the GPS coordinates and kind of guesstimated the right storm drain to pop up and
Yeah.
just watch this as the motorcycle just piles through the glass. Like,
That
Just-
building.
well, it's like,
Just-
well, I guess I found the right spot.
Oh, that must be them.
Yeah, he's just no questions, just flat out attacking the guy.
Uh, just for record keeping, I rolled 4 successes on the hide check.
Okay.
And Walter
I
would
assume there's a
definitely
distraction going on that lowers the DC here.
Well, Gray
That's the
definitely
next
does
thing.
not see you.
Mm.
Hang on, let me pull up his actual name so I can quit just referring to him by his eye color. Not his name.
I would also like to say, since it's dark in here, he's going to reflexively also activate Eyes of the Beast. Except now they are slitted and glowing red. He's not suppressing the appearance much.
Not like earlier.
Nope, he's in angry mode. You took
Alright.
one of his, he ain't happy.
Well, now he didn't do it. It was that.
Out of his own bar.
It was the big
Yeah.
Billy. No, she had left the
Technically,
bar. She was in
outside.
her
Yeah,
car.
she was off. She was in her own property.
Yeah.
Her car parked.
Fair, but she still
Uh-huh.
it was her own vehicle.
Her car
Mhm.
parked in the bar. It's when people are trying to assess fault for an act of God, it's absolutely gonna be on him.
I'm just sorry, just the way you phrase that. I'm just imagining Emma with her car in the bar, physically in the bar, just eating. Just the way
Fries
you
are
property-
delicious. I'm gonna throw them up in a little bit of time, but they're delicious right now.
All right, Kyle. What terrible things are you about to do to this poor Tremere with your murder hands?
Well, he's attacking.
Okay.
That's a lot of dice.
Yes, it
Yes.
was.
That is 12 dice.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Well, this fella, we're gonna call him French.
Mm-hmm.
French.
Yeah, it's his last name.
Ah,
All right, so wait. He is not a trained fighter, so he's just going to be.
That is 10 successes.
Sweet, merciful crap, man.
I rolled 2 10s on standard dice. With the blood surge with both points in strength, my strength is 6 plus 3 for brawl plus 1 for his tiger style specialty, hence claws. So that's 10 plus the 2 from potence, and because feral weapons, it automatically ups the result by 2.
You
Okay.
you fucking call it tiger. Oh my god, I hate
Okay.
Tigers. Well, I wouldn't be able to pronounce the actual wording for it, but it's Fuzhou Pai or whatever, like something like that.
No. It's not that. It's that you're literally clawing into this person and calling it tiger style.
Well, yeah.
That's the entire point.
Yeah. That is the entire point.
that's
Once
not what
again-
tiger style is.
Once again, very close to a masquerade breach on that alone.
All right.
Luckily, no one here to see it.
Well,
That we know of.
That we know of.
let's see. System was
Get
modeled
the
on
nos
the
on the
demeanor
computer.
That's
and
not going
fighting
to help him at
strategy
all.
of an attacking tiger. Techniques unique to Fuzhou Pai are ripping, tearing, clawing, and grasping applications.
Uh-huh.
So,
I think he's
Not
saying. I
Snuggly
think he's
Bear
saying
style.
neener neener. All right. Well, this guy has no dice in brawl.
He should be fine.
He has 2 dice in strength
mhm.
or dex, whichever one of those I'd use.
Also because feral weapons, superficial damage is not halved.
Nope. It's not aggravated, but he takes the full. He got
Yep.
1 success, so that leaves you with 9
For
successes.
him.
Mm-hmm. So that's well, no, that would be technically 7 successes plus the immediate 2 damage, because I succeeded.
Yeah. Each extra success.
So it'd be like it would be 7. It would be 6 damage plus 2, or it'd be 7 plus 2.
7 plus 2. I already subtracted the 1 because I got 8 successes total. He got 1, so subtract 1 to 7, and then plus 2 because of feral weapons.
Okay, so 9 superficial damage.
All right.
How close is he to torpor?
I think he's
100%.
Yeah, I think so. Because this has got him listed as 3 plus 3 health.
Mm.
So I wonder what the 3. I wonder why it's set up like that. Yeah, he had one level of fortitude, so that was 1 extra health level.
Yeah.
For him.
So I punched straight through his superficial track entirely and into his aggravated track now.
Yeah, it sounds like there, Chief.
So yeah, it sounds like he's at 3 aggravated.
Mm.
Now, once you punch through his superficial, does that? Where is?
Yeah, that's gone until
Okay.
he starts healing it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that he drops at that point.
We're gonna find out. When
No.
I don't remember. It's been a few years.
Been a
Eh.
while.
I want to say it's when aggravated hits 0, you go into torpor.
Well, I thought the aggravated just flat out killed you.
Yeah, you go into final death there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
if
yeah.
you've already punched your
Fair enough.
superficial, I'm pretty positive you just put him in a torpor and he's just like down.
Yeah, you just tear into him, and he looks like a murder victim. Now you know enough about your own physiology that you know he's not actually gone yet.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to actually remove his head or do something drastic like that.
Yep.
It'll happen.
I am a native here. Do I recognize this guy?
After I've brutally assaulted and maimed this guy, do I know him?
Yeah. Basically, that's how this is going.
Oh yeah, you grew up with this guy.
Bench! Funny seeing you here.
Jidio will also like sneak by as this is happening and like just take
As he watches
one
the
quick
gangrel just
glance.
buff up,
Just take one glance and keep going.
But no, off the top of your head, Kyle does not recognize this guy.
Does Egidio as he looks? He's not actively looking, but just takes a one
No.
cursory glance. Okay, just making sure.
Emma, back in the office, you hear this crash. The 3 people in the office with you all kind of jump up.
Just one night with nothing happening. That's all I want. Just one night. I just want to live my life, my own life.
Can I put my cap back on?
She's like trying to. She's probably tried to tug her cap back down.
Well, with the distraction of all the glass breaking, nobody stops you, so.
Good. She was a little bit more safety safe. And if she kills everyone that knows she's a Salubri, no one knows.
Exactly. So the 3 in the room react to the noise. The Nos, and the other guy but there's been no distinctive anything about him so far. Both of them head out the door, leaving you in the room with just the one person that's been studying you intently this whole time, who looked equally shocked to the Tremere when they saw the eye.
What's your deal? You're not freaked out by it, so you clearly know about us.
I've heard rumors. The Tremere are really going to want you dead.
Yeah, I've experienced that. It's a mutual thing we have going on. They started it, kind of.
That's not how they tell
No,
the
they
story.
absolutely started it.
Yeah, of course, because they won.
So sad, so sad.
It gets like flinty-eyed, like, I want to rip your head off, but I don't have the means.
I am. Do I? I guess I get to like a little corner as they're opening this door.
Yeah, you're going down this hallway. I mean, it's not very far, but you go down this hallway. The door opens, light spills out. I mean, you're not like right in the light. You see the big bellied Nos that I've described before, and another guy that just looks like a tough. I mean, he looks like somebody's muscle.
Like a ghoul muscle or like a kindred muscle?
That you don't know.
Yeah.
You'd have to examine him briefly.
Examine his corpse later.
They're both hustling towards the front.
I slip to the side, let them pass.
All right, what was it you rolled on your stealth?
I rolled 5 successes.
Okay, that's gonna be kind of hard for them to beat, but they'll try.
Yeah, it's at the end of aggravated damage that they're removed from the conflict.
Permanent.
Okay, so he's
it's filling the superficial track makes them impaired, and they lose 2 dice from all relevant pools.
Okay, so he's still active.
Technically active, but he can't really do anything to defend himself right now.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to fight back physically, he loses 2 dice automatically because he's impaired now.
What happens when you shove claws into your sternum?
Okay, the Nos just runs past you. As does the tough.
They walk past. I'm gonna.
Well, they run past basically.
Right. They're not. They literally cannot perceive me right now, and I'll continue onward.
When you look through the door, you see Emma sitting there talking to somebody.
Is this guy's back to me?
That's a good question. Even or odd?
Go with odds.
Okay. Actually, I think I'll roll it in the. You had said odd, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, his back is to you.
Okay. I will.
You know, Emma is facing you, but you're shadowed up. So
Yep. Yep. Emma sees me for a brief second as I dig my fangs into him.
Ooh. All right, that is a.
I don't
Talking
even
about
know.
the
If he
Diablerie
can,
quick.
I don't even know if he can defend it because stealth.
Don't your bites cause intense physical pain?
Yes, they
On
do.
Kindred in particular, they cause terror frenzy.
Okay.
So
That's
guess
it.
what?
Well, all right then.
So guess what
I'm-
he's doing?
So I'm not in. So I want to say I'm not intending to diablerize this person. If I can get blood, cool. But I am intending to induce a terror frenzy.
All right. Give me. Brawl.
Okay then.
Brawl or dexterity.
Uh-huh.
I mean, brawl dexterity.
Dexterity or strength, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. And
With
I'll
your
blood
brawl.
surge. I get hungrier, but that might be a moot point right now.
Versus theirs.
Might have dropped a sandwich and picked up a sandwich all at once.
And give yourself 2 extra dice for the surprise of it all.
Hell yeah.
Question, because Emma would have seen Egidio appear briefly. Would she be able to help in any way? Like
No, this is like going on all at once.
instantaneously? Okay.
Yeah.
Like Melt's
I don't-
face melts out of the shadow in his own neck.
Yep. So you said give 2 extra?
If Emma sees the strike, if she wanted to dive across the table and grab his arms or something.
Yeah, try and like at least mess him up. Maybe just give him a little bit more advantage.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can roll me a Dex brawl as well.
Okay.
Wheel of morality, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Ooh.
Turned around and found out.
You should learn not to pick fights, apparently. He's got
Reroll.
4 successes. 2 of them are 10s.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Yeah.
How many successes did you get? Crap. I'm blanking on
Egidio.
all of a sudden. Egidio, thank you. So how many successes did Egidio get?
Hang on. I am a person of pride. Pride cometh before the fall. I'm spending my last willpower.
Okay.
Fair. Do the thing.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 successes.
All right. And how much did Emma get?
2 successes.
Okay.
That's 7.
Yeah.
If you're combining.
That's how I was handling it, just to be quick and dirty. So yeah, you latch onto his neck. He goes to reach up and grab you just as Emma dives across the table and slaps his hands back down. So you
He
sink
has
your teeth
to-
in.
He has to. It's a difficulty 3 to beat a terror frenzy.
All right, that is his willpower. And you said he's got to beat a what?
Difficulty 3.
All right.
Clan Vane, baby.
Oh, he got 1 success.
He's
Now
not
what-
having a good time.
And he's pinned in a terror frenzy.
As I'm feeding on him, as long as he's he's wiggling around, yes, but I intend to slake hunger.
On there like a spider monkey.
So I'll take 2, and as he's in the throes of a terror frenzy, the shadows curl around Egidio again, and he says, "Run."
No, kill him.
I'm not diablerizing him.
How much strength would it take to rip off someone's head?
A lot.
Questions you can only ask in Vampire.
There are other
Apply one-
games.
Apply 1 Kyle.
Or potentially a stealth Walter.
Apply 1 Kyle directly to the forehead.
I say, where is Walter in all of this?
Give me a wits awareness for Emma.
Sure. We're playing the fuck around and find out game. Where's my awareness?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this will go well.
Oh dear. Still 2
Went
successes.
better than I thought. One of them is a 10, so.
Mhm.
You see this guy's peculiar-looking cane leaned up against the wall. You know, not too far from where he sat down.
That guy's?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to bash his head in.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, no, hold him. And she's going to go over there and get the cane and start attempting to
Guess I'll
bash this
see.
gentleman's head in.
I guess I'll keep eating.
Egidio,
Or you
when
can
she
just
does-
start doing bite attacks.
Egidio, give me a wits awareness as you see her. As she starts talking about
Oh,
holding
she-
him, she grabs the cane.
She would warn, like, I'm gonna start
Cane
swinging.
coming down. That is 5 dice. Any
She
dice?
is not letting anybody out here know.
2 successes.
She might leave enough of his face to be recognizable, but
Egidio knows canes.
Yes, he does.
That's a
And
sword
you'll-
cane she picked up.
Ah.
Ooh. Ooh.
As I'm holding him, I'm
she's still
going
using
like
it to
this.
bash.
I'm like, I will hold him, and I will literally pull the sword out for you.
Oh! Okay. And she's going to, with her clumsy, not very good at combat self, attempt to sever this guy's head.
All right, we'll come back to that.
Fantastic.
Walter, you heard the
Yes, sir.
crashing. As you're pulling yourself out of the storm drain.
Oh
What
yeah.
are you doing?
Well, since he probably didn't pay attention to Egidio do his little shadowing
Nope.
manipulation of going to stealth, he's probably going to be more attuned to Kyle at this point and just be
Mhm.
like,
There be chaos afoot.
And another Nos and a thug coming in.
oh, he probably doesn't know that just yet, but he's definitely like going to be obfuscated and just kind of get up in there.
All right. So you run in there. You see Kyle has just horribly torn into this guy, who is staggering
And-
back and clearly trying to catch his bearings. If he was a mortal, he'd be dead.
Oh yeah, and no, Walter would be stupid enough to get close to Kyle to even remotely whisper. Like, thinking about it, it's just like, no. Right now, the way Kyle is, if he were to whisper to let him know he's there, he'd be swinging for his head, so he ain't doing that.
He stays
He's
across the
gonna be
room
like-
and stage whispers, "Hey, Kyle."
Kyle's not there right now.
No, he wouldn't do that. He would just kind of, like, mosey, like, kind of keep a wide berth, as it were, to what's going on, and just kind of focus, like, okay, think he's got this handled, and just kind of look to see what else is.
When you
about
look
to
down the
start happening.
hallway, you see a Nos running towards you. I mean, not like she's focused on you, but it's her
You
and
can
another
truck-
guy behind
you
her
can
running back,
truck
running
him.
into the room.
Just truck him.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
Yes. As soon as
Mhm.
she clears, like, comes through the doorway, straight up activating potence. Again, as far as I know, it's a free action. Just
Rouse
as
check.
soon as she comes around, what?
Activating prowess from the potence tree.
No, just the lethal
The
body.
lethal that just happens.
Okay. Yeah. Lethal body doesn't give any extra against kindred. It just punches through armor if they're wearing any.
It's still an extra thing, but basically Walter's just going to rear back, and as soon as she, like, gets through the door, bam, right in the mouth.
All right. And you're obfuscated at the moment.
Currently, yes.
Okay.
He's going to break obfuscation because it's just like, well, time to join battle with the buddy. Whack!
All right. Give me a roll.
All right.
If she does not see this
Wow.
coming, she is focused on Kyle with his dripping murder hands.
I
As
get
one
it.
does.
I got to weaponize my clan bane.
Hey.
Fist bump.
I mean, if our story guide here goes, hey, Eric, I need Kyle to make a check to resist a fury frenzy. You're gonna see what Kyle's gonna do.
For my edification, just so I circle back to this later. What disciplines did this guy have, if any?
That was the.
Oh, that's
Tomorrow.
true.
Oh, yeah, you.
So
You could
it
potentially
would.
spend XP to get some of his disciplines.
Let's see. So it's a brawl strength, yeah.
You can DM them to me.
Yes.
It's fine.
And doop. RNG, please be kind. No whammy, no whammy. No modifier. Woohoo!
That's a messy critical.
Yeah, that's a messy critical.
In
Oh.
this situation, though, that's not particularly a bad thing.
That's
No,
what
it's not.
Blackjack-
That's
That's
actually
what
Yeah.
good for
Blackjack
me.
did with the werewolf.
I mean, this is literally a battle just between kindred at this point.
So that's 4, 5. That is 6, and each of those 10s would give another one. So that's 9 successes.
Correct.
You got more overall successes than I did, my dude.
She's not making a roll because she completely did not see this coming.
That's 9
If Bart's
superficial
the first
damage.
one to come through the door.
It's like she forgot the rule. Always expect the nos.
As a Nos, you should expect the Nos.
She's like, but I was the nos in the room.
No one else signed up for this room. I had dibs.
All right, where
Put it on the forum and everything.
Shrekneck's gone.
All right. So 7 health levels. So that's 2 ag she's taken.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
I like how our Babu vampires are just wrecking shit.
So yeah, I mean, just straight to the chest. You feel the sternum just kind of break, and she kind of folds around that fist for a second before getting flung back. You know, she'd have landed on her back, but the guy running up behind her kind of half catches her, and he's looking wide-eyed and surprised as suddenly Walter's just standing there,
They see this bulking,
big
ugly ass figure.
burly Walter.
Very top heavy.
Oh yeah, no,
Walk the hallway, Walter.
basically it's
Skip
just like,
leg day.
yes, you see this ugly, burly bastard just at the end of the hallway after just punching someone square in the sternum, crack his other knuckles. Next.
These guys are getting surprise after surprise this evening. Just rapid fire.
See, me and Josh unknowingly did ambush predators together.
Mm-hmm.
Ambush bros.
And hey, I'm doing my job. The guy that's up in there going, "Come at me!"
All right.
Murder bros.
But see, the funny thing is like Walter is aware, like, he's in a very bad state. I'm not going to fuck with that. However, I will fuck with these two. Whack!
It's like we've said, we've seen each other fight before.
Mm-hmm.
Emma doesn't.
All right.
Look, this is why we need to get you a 13mm pistol that fires blessed bullets.
I think Blessing
Say a
Bullets
Rothus
does
Rothus
anything.
pistol. Just get a Rothus pistol. It's fine.
I know
Dragon
what
fire
you just
rounds.
referenced, Josh, and the next time I see you, I'm smacking you upside the head for that.
Who doesn't love a good Helsing reference? Come on.
Uh-huh.
Look, it's better than Sarah's Victoria's freaking anti-tank rifle or sniper rifle. That sucker's ridiculous. But good
Yeah,
damage.
what is the first level of obfuscate?
Shadows.
Okay.
Cloak of Shadows and like.
Uh,
Quiet.
It's either Silence of Death or Cloak of Shadows.
It's Cloak of Shadows.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Cloak of Shadows is the one where you have to practically
Standing
perfectly still. You can't move.
Okay, so that would do him no good to activate that right now.
No.
No.
Plus,
It-
he's
it-
being actively perceived.
Yeah, it's a passive thing, and basically you have to not be noticed, and you just have to stand perfectly still and not move.
All right, so the Tremere is going to try to run away. Kyle, what are you going to do?
I am going to
Snatch him by the throat.
Not let him do that.
Get over here.
Alright, he is going to roll his dexterity.
He's at a -2 dice penalty. Just fair warning.
His dexterity, and his athletics is 2, so we just won't count that in. He has got a 1 hunger dice. So if you're attacking, make your attack.
Oh, he's counting it right now. Don't worry.
I was about to say, I'm watching
Hold
the math
fuck up.
being counted.
He got French got 3 successes.
I got 6. So
Okay.
total of 5 damage since I exceeded his successes.
All right, and you were already
I'm already chewing into his aggravated health track.
yeah, because you did 9 to him the first time.
Yep.
Mhm.
And his health was 6. So you did 3. You got him all the way to 3 aggravated,
Mhm.
and then this time you did.
I did 5.
So that's got him at 8 ag.
Well, if
Yeah,
I just
he's-
overwhelmed his aggravated track, I think I just put him in torpor.
Oh, that's right, 6. Yeah, he goes down.
Yeah, because I'm saying this end of the tracker. Character with their tracker completely filled with aggravated damage is out of the conflict, possibly permanently. In physical combat, they are comatose or dead if mortal, or fall into torpor if a vampire.
He is in torpor.
So, and he's just gonna, once he can confirm that this guy is in torpor, he is going to sort of kick him off to the side where he can kind of see him, and advance down that hall where he sees
All right.
Walter just cave somebody in half.
Yeah, you basically see Walter sitting there cracking his knuckles. Next, and we'll jump over to Walter.
Yeah, you see a body go
If he
and just
hears
growling behind you.
if he hears that, he's gonna like, my Skylar, so you've taken care of yours. Before I get into a spot of bother, maybe you can help me with these two.
And those two are coming straight at you.
Oh boy.
Kyle just gladly.
All right, Dr. Claw.
I have a question before Dr. Claw goes back to another tech. This is something that happened like a while ago. Would you say I have definitively I accurately identified a recently deceased?
What do you mean?
Oh,
my-
this is for
it's-
your
My desire.
yeah.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Completing it allows you to refill a willpower track. Yeah, or willpower point. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
totally forgot to do that earlier.
Mhm.
All right, the
I did too.
Nos is taking a swing at Walter.
Okay. What am I rolling to counter?
Well, the thing is, what are you doing? Because we'll tell both of these people are coming to take swings at you. Are you fighting back?
You can also defend is the other option you have if
Yeah.
that's what you want to do.
I was fixing to say if he sees them both coming at me, he's probably gonna throw up them big old haunches and try to block what he can.
All right. So we'll call that.
My knee just popped.
Well,
Fantastic.
Oh, there went the other one.
Okay, I think that will still be either Dex and Strength, Dex or Strength plus your Brawl.
Me realizing I complete.
Pretty positive that my strength is higher than mine. Yeah, it is. So I'll just do
All
that.
right, and she's got 3 and 3 in Brawl, but she's at -2 because she's in her aggravated track. So 4 of those, but one of them's got to be a hunger die. But if she connects, she's got Potence 3, so that's nice.
Oh, well, I have a potence 1. I don't know what that would have really done.
Well, it helps with damage. It's not Potence is not going to help her actually hit you though. All right, she got
Well-
1 success.
I got 4. Yeah, I'm sure that carries over for the other guy.
And the other guy got 2.
Woo!
You got more than both of them combined.
Yep.
Ha
So you can do 1 more damage to one of them. You know, you basically block him. Then when you see an opening, you pop one of them. I mean, 1. It'd really be 2 because it's 1 plus your potence, I believe.
He'll probably turn around and pop the muscle-looking guy.
Okay. The muscle-looking guy is.
Down like a bitch.
What does your lethal body do to non-kindred? Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Horrendous damage.
Oh,
Aggravated
no.
damage to mortals.
If he chooses to, but yeah.
Well, he said he was activating it, so I'm assuming that means he's unleashing it.
Well, no, it's a passive thing. It's not something that you activate.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So it's just it allows him to choose if he's going to do aggravated damage to mortals for lethal or not, and it allows him to punch through however many levels of armor that he has, dots and potence.
All right, so that is 2 points to this guy. Are you doing aggravated damage, Walter?
Nah, I mean, if I can, gladly.
All right, so that's 2 ag. So yeah, you hear all kinds of bones breaking from this punch. He would scream, except he kind of wheezes when he tries to.
Me over here listening to boss theme music as we're doing this. For those of you who know, I'm listening to the theme of Scar Scourge Radon while this fight's happening.
Oh, good lord.
All right, now jumping back to the office.
I think Egidio sees the sword, helps unsheath the sword, and then just holds his head. Or does his best to hold the head.
He honestly probably realizes about halfway through, if I completely kill this guy, like final death this guy, he's probably gonna go to ash or something, and I want a picture of his face first. In case she has to ask
Like a
people,
selfie?
who is this? She pauses, looks over at Egidio way too calmly. Egidio, can I see your phone? Thank you. Send this to me later. Snaps a picture of the guy and then continues to hack his head off.
All right, well, the guy's going to try to escape while this is going on.
I will roll my dex and brawl, I guess.
Okay.
That is 5 dice.
He is in frenzy.
I can't imagine why.
He's in terror frenzy.
But he only got 2 successes, so you got a good shot.
I also got 2 successes.
Can Emma do the assist that like we did?
While you're taking a picture of him?
Fair enough. Never mind.
I mean, I guess you could jump in his lap.
That goes to me anyway.
Yeah.
That's true. I do send ties to players. So yeah, it's a struggle, but you manage to keep him down. So Emma gets her picture, and then rears back with the sword.
Slashing and hacking and slashing.
Hey, whack.
Go ahead and take your attack,
Not me.
but at -2 dice for the whole picture taking.
What would it be?
Would that balance out because I'm keeping him still?
No, if you'd got some extras, I'd probably let it, but since it was a tie, no. Let's see, is melee? Yes, it would be probably strength melee, considering you're not
Cool.
a trained.
-2 dice?
How many dice
I'm
you
gonna
got?
save you the problem. I have 1 dice in those 2 pools. And it's in strength. She doesn't have anything in melee.
Alright, roll your 1 dice then.
But I'm at
Oh, I thought you meant
-2
one.
dice.
I thought you meant 1 dice after the -2.
No.
Okay,
Just flat. She has 1 dice.
you're just rearing back, getting ready then.
Yeah, she's just flying blind here. There's a whole new world.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kyle.
Emma. Andale.
He probably hears a lot of bones just shatter from when Walter punched the tough.
Yeah.
And he sees the probably very obvious Nos. So he's gonna go right after the Nos.
Which
he knows,
one?
since it, not ours.
Making sure.
Probably gonna be going over Walter to do it, but
But the hallway's wide enough for you to go like next to each other.
Pecker pounce.
yeah, when he gets really into a fight, he's sort of a bit more
Animalistic?
bestial.
It's fine. I'll punch over you.
Yeah, like he like I don't know how to really explain it, but I'm rolling dice.
There we
Taking
go.
full advantage of that 5-foot
Gotcha.
square he's occupying.
Yes, exactly.
All right, well,
It's a meat grinder of happiness.
and the Nos is trying to fight you off.
Mm-hmm. Whoosh, boy.
It's either really good or really bad.
Okay, she got 3 successes, but I forgot to knock 2 dice off, so we'll just say she's got 1 success.
How many you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's a messy critical.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably good torpor right there if it don't just flat out kill her.
Messy
Nice.
critical, I'm going to say you dive in, you're clawing. That oversized abdomen gets pierced, and this foul-smelling liquid spills out everywhere.
Ugh.
But it ends with you tearing her head off.
Fair enough.
Last thing you see is me.
Oh, he's not that together. It's the head's off, and then he's slashing at the body.
Yeah,
Hits it across from like a play toy.
there's just snarling and
You're too out of it to even pick up on the scent of, well, the foul-smelling liquid is probably covering up the scent of urine where the tough is wetting himself. The tough is just trying to get away, but he's terribly mangled. Like he's trying to get up off the ground with like cracked ribs and stuff. But adrenaline's a hell of a drug. So as he tries to get away, Walter, what are you doing?
Not let him get away. He's going for him.
All right,
Oh,
take your swing.
those are 2 different sentences that I heard. I was like, you let him get away, I'm gonna take a swing at him. Those are 2 different sentences that I heard. I was like, make up your mind.
Sadly, only 3, but one of them was a crit.
We have to have 2
Oh, 4?
to make a.
Nope, you have to have 2 tens.
2
Yeah,
tens?
you have to have 2 tens for that to kick in.
Okay. So I did 3
What?
successes.
All right, you beat him.
well,
You beat him by
well,
1.
Which means you beat him by 2.
So that's
Yeah,
2
beat him
more
by 2.
ag to him, and I think he's pretty well done. I don't. Maybe if you rushed him to the hospital, he'd survive. But he manages to get up. He turns around to run, and you just catch him right in the square of the back.
Oh,
He bends a little more than he ought to before he flops down.
Well, that takes care of these 3. He kind of turns back to Kyle.
there's an eviscerated Nos on the floor.
Ash by now.
And Kyle is just now getting under control. Meanwhile, in the office,
Hacking and
Again.
slashing and hacking.
Hack, whack, and chop-a-demic.
all right. So you 2 are basically acting together against this poor guy.
Yep.
Poor man never got out of his seat. Ugh.
Nope.
That's just a
As a player, Walter, he's probably already thought about it or started to let it sink in. But as a player, I'm just like, well, it sucks that we won't have no witness to actually talk to about this endeavor.
as in torpor, he might be able to be brought back.
Maybe.
I rolled 3 successes to keep this guy in a headlock.
Okay. And how many successes did Emma get for her hacking
Am I
and
still
hacking and hacking?
Negative dice.
You should be back to normal now.
No. That was because you were taking
was
the pictures. You were it was,
Multiple turn.
yeah, it was
multiple
kind
action.
of a multiple action sort of thing.
0.
I think
I have 1 dice in strength. I have nothing in melee.
Well, roll
At
your
this point,
roll your 1 dice then.
I did. I got
Oh,
nothing.
oh, gotcha. I got you.
as we say, at this point, it would just be easier for her to just snap the head.
She
Just-
has 1 in strength.
I think I think I'm waiting for our
Right.
stronger combatants.
You're managing to keep him pinned to the chair at least.
Yeah.
She's probably like hacking but missing anything major. So she's probably just making a
Death
mess
by
out of
1,000
him.
cuts.
Yeah. It's like, I'll get it this time, I swear.
Just no. I think this is better to wait for our brutes.
Do the brutes enter?
Out of the hallway, you
Yeah,
hear the
terror
struggling
frenzy.
going on in the office.
All right, Muscal, I do believe they need our assistance, shall we? What was
And some of that involves growling. The
You're
guy trying to get
Yeah,
away
I
is
was
just
muted.
growling.
Yeah, no, Kyle's just.
On all fours.
No. He's back to himself now. He's got control a little bit.
He's keeping more low, but yeah, that's just how he fights.
Yeah.
He lowers his center of gravity.
I think Egidio's intentionally listening again because he's seen these two fight. For like a door smashing open, and then he as soon as it happens,
Catch!
fetch.
Here you go, guys. Got your present.
Well,
Alright,
if
so-
that's going to be the case, why would Kyle be the one to
Uh-huh.
go in first?
All right, what are y'all doing to this guy?
I'm pushing him out of the way because I'm not getting into those talons.
Okay.
Fair.
So wait, before like while he's being thrown, do either of you guys recognize this guy?
No.
With like the bloody cane sword and everything.
Cool sword.
How's it bloody?
You can have it. It's not effective cuts.
Oh, I got you.
It's like hitting his arm, hitting his shoulder. She's not getting the neck.
She ain't getting where she wants it.
So if he's tossed right into Kyle's grip as he comes through the door like a bull.
And
He's gonna just pin down on the ground. He's gonna make sure that taloned hand is like covering the guy's eyes. Cause mental
witnesses.
powers require eye contact a lot of the time.
Well, as soon as you enter the room, you can tell this guy's in frenzy.
Oh, fair enough. He's not gonna even bother asking then.
So what are y'all
As soon-
doing?
If he sees the guy's in frenzy, he's not even gonna bother asking. Although, ow, that hurt my throat. He's gonna go right for the. He's gonna just
Alright.
claw.
And Walter, what are you
it's the
doing?
jugular.
If there's anything left, Walter will swing.
Okay. Both of you go ahead and give me your rolls then.
I think Egidio at this point picks up the cane and sheets the sword back into the cane and is like looking at it very casually as this happens.
Oh,
And they're
that
just
poor
kind of
guy.
awkwardly standing there.
Another
He got 2
This is
successes.
the problem with too many dice.
another messy critical for Walter.
No, me.
I know
I
you
mean-
rolled a lot.
No,
And
another
I-
messy critical.
Oh
Yeah, but I got a 10 on the hunger dice and on a standard dice.
Oh,
yeah, so
good
he-
lord.
All right, so that is 1, 2, 3.
Emma,
Messy
no, we don't need to be a
criticals,
coterie.
4,
Hi,
5.
guys.
So that is 5 total successes for Walter. And how many for Kyle?
Yes.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right. So that's a total of 13 successes. He had 2, so that knocks you down to 11.
15 total for my feral weapons.
Oh.
And my superficial damage isn't halved.
Oh, right. And Walter has got the tokens that adds 1.
I think Walter's is halved. Still.
Because he doesn't have.
The
Yeah,
only
'cause
reason
I'm
I'm
not,
not passing it is because I have feral weapons active.
Mhm.
yeah, I have nothing active. It's just my hulking muscle whap.
So basically, what Emma and Egidio see is Kyle comes through. I mean, almost looking like he's in frenzy himself. Just comes through, starts clawing on this guy's carries him down to the floor. As he's falling on him, Walter just runs in and just starts curb stomping him. It's like cracking the tile. It's like cracking the tile under the guy.
GDO will exit the room as they're doing this.
They're kind of all in the door. It's
There ain't no way for you to actually just walk out.
It's more like
I love it. It's just like, no, we don't need to be a coterie. And then the two tussers in the process of dismantling the people that kidnapped you.
She's just sitting there like,
Maybe actually coterie though.
maybe actually though. Psych.
so. When all is said and done, the only one of your enemies still unliving is the Tremere fellow out front.
Yep.
As they're finishing completely obliterating this guy, she is going to go around and take pictures of each.
Okay.
Still remaining.
The
The Nos was decapitated. Yeah, probably ash by now.
Oh yeah, Kyle's just probably in the midst of his massacre. He's just this dude's head.
We got a picture already of that guy, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's like fancy meeting you guys here.
It's almost like I saw your car being driven somewhere that it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I suddenly was an Uber for really creepy Nos lady.
I tore off her head. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Maybe give him a sec.
Yeah, we're just.
All right. We're gonna wrap here as y'all stand amongst all the carnage. Literally right across a small service street from the hospital, which is essentially a cam fortress.
Yeah, we're fine. This is fine. We should make a phone call though, right?
Oh, we're gonna need to make that phone call definitely by the start of next scene.
But
Oh yeah,
next
we're
scene.
like dialing the phone as the scene ends,
uh,
moving bodies back.
GDO can fully hide a body. I'm not worried about anything.
so
GDO knows all the good places.
I hope y'all enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this one.
I mean, yeah.
Hope anybody that came by and watched had fun.
You got to decide messy criticals. I'm sure you did have fun.
Yes, it was quite fun.
A
So
surprise.
we will be back. We will be back next week. Jeremy, what else is going on Dire Bear?
I have no idea.
All right, I know at least some of the other shows have started back up.
We have started back with A Knight's Ransom on Thursday. I think the other ones are still in the air. But you can join the Discord and find out.
Alrighty.
Much easier.
And then, of course, we will be here next week, so hopefully y'all will swing by and see what we're up to.
More evisceration.
Yep.
Decapitations.
Bye.
Hijinks.
So until then, bye-bye.
Chanel.